Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to the 6th edition of the TiE Nurture Graduation. I think this year we have the maximum number of mentee companies, and we have also got to issue a press release about it, and you'll get more details in the press release, and also when Ravi tells you the details of the program. So, what we have done is that you will be called upon on a random order. And the reason for that is, if you remember, we did that in the offsite as well, so that you're not stressed when your presentation is coming up. And you can
So it's like a surprise quiz.
yes,
Or you're always stressed.
you can be relaxed, and trust me, you will do fine. I think we had the rehearsal just last week, and all of you were doing fine there, so I'm sure you will do fine today as well. During the last 9 months, you have received a lot of gyan. So I won't right now stand here and tell you more gyan. I just had one thought to share with you. Top line is vanity, but bottom line is sanity. Right? Top line is vanity, but bottom line is sanity. While some of you are at a very early stage, and you may think that we don't have a bottom line yet, and so on. But I urge you that always, even when you are starting up, keep that in mind. Maybe initially it might not be the bottom line; it might be the unit economics. But I would urge you that always keep this mantra in mind. So please welcome Ravi.
There is a tradition that we've followed at Nurture in the program all through, is that we begin all programs with a deep breathing session. So may I request all of you to just sit up straight for a couple of minutes. Take a few deep breaths. Best taken with your eyes closed. And as you feel a little settled, open your eyes. Thank you. So, congratulations to all of our Nurture mentees for from successfully graduating from the program. Today really is your day. It's not a day when I should be speaking, but I just couldn't control the urge to reinforce a few thoughts that we've spoken all through the journey of Nurture. We've spoken about just 3 words all the time. Which is what you need to focus on, all of us as entrepreneurs need to focus on, and that has been the issue of strategy, execution and leadership. And if we understand these 3 really well, the chances of succeeding in your businesses become much higher. Most times what happens is that we end up sitting inside a trench. We end up working on our businesses and get stuck on our problems, and then we are only trying to solve those problems. So we are, micromanaging our businesses. There is a time that we need to get out of the trench, sometimes look at our businesses from afar, and what I call work on your businesses rather than always in your businesses. And that combination of being able to move in and out is what actually constitutes real leadership. If you have that, you're able to move into the trench and move outside the company and watch it from the outside. So what do we call Nurture? We call it getting the wind beneath our wings, as in you guys are all meant to fly, and the Nurture program is supposed to give a little bit of wind under your wings. The Nurture program itself, meaning what is it? So I did speak about the fact that it is about strategy, it is about execution, leadership. So it is to help you folks build elements of globality. It's one of those things that is very passionate for us. We believe that there is no business these days that can be set up as a pure local business. I do know that there are words that move around. People call a hyper-local business. People talk about a business that's meant only for this city. People talk about a boutique business that does not have to be global. But really what's happening when they say that is they're confusing the term with an international business. We are talking about globality because the globe, this planet, has shrunk. We are reading books that talk about the world being flat, about everybody having access to all tools of doing business. And therefore, globality is a concept, as in, if you don't build those elements of success into your business, whether it's a small boutique restaurant or truly an international business, if there isn't globality in it, it's unlikely to succeed. So, build elements of globality within your businesses and ensure that you understand it's impossible to separate what I call separating strategy from leadership. There is no strategy without leadership. Can you imagine an Apple without Steve Jobs? Because if there was the ability to separate strategy from leadership, all companies would have been run only by consultants. There was no need for you people to actually set up businesses. You have a thought, get a consultant, that consultant can make this strategic route map for you and say, put the thing in operation. But it is you folks, it is you people, entrepreneurs, who navigate your strategy all through. We give execution least a level of importance, not realizing that 99% of your time in businesses is spent only on execution. It's only that 1% of your time that you're probably thinking about ideation and strategy. So therefore, you cannot separate strategy from leadership. Just a few mundane things about Nurture 6. What we had done was, of course, sought applications for the TiE ecosystem. This year we will begin to seek applications from TiECon, which is happening next weekend, starting the 20th, 21st of April. We got 125 applications last year, of which we shortlisted about 40, and then finally we had 27 people who started off on the program. We did reach out through the ecosystem. Much of IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, there is ASCOM, there was SEEP, here in Pune. Lots of these organizations chipped in and it really helped. And we know now that our outreach is going to go much beyond. We are going to be reaching out to TiE chapters in Hubli, TiE chapters in Nagpur, small little groups in Aurangabad, Ahmedabad, etc. So they will all come in and we're going to be seeing Nurture grow a little more. The mentoring model has remained unchanged. This is the one successful thing that has stood Nurture in good stead for the last 6 years. A primary mentor, whom you are in touch with almost regularly through the program, and then a co-mentor, not really a secondary mentor, but a co-mentor, who is there to fall back on because the primary mentor themselves may be traveling, may be busy. They're all successful businessmen. They travel a lot, and they're not available all the time. So therefore, a co-mentor. The important thing for me, the biggest success of last year's program, was not just the fact that you people graduated. That was fantastic. 34 mentors came on board. And I want to really, congratulate TiE Pune, because I did his number earlier on today, which at the time when we started, it represented a number of 40% of all charter members in TiE who volunteered to become a mentor. To become a mentor means to give a lot, meaning it is to believe truly in what TiE stands for, which is fostering entrepreneurship. I do want to give a round of applause to all the mentors for this group. Because you are what Nurture is all about. So the last 6 years, we've seen Nurture growing. We've seen it growing quite substantially. And I remember in 2011 or 12, I remember the early discussions going on. And how Nurture was born was when I remember Ajay and Kiran and Vishwas everybody sitting and talking about, mentoring does not work. This whole one-on-one mentoring does not really take you from what they really need, what do young entrepreneurs really need, and what angel investing is all about. So I remember a plethora of subjects. And that's when this idea of having a sustained program over 7 or 8 months was actually born. We started off with just 8 mentees in year 1, and this year we ended up starting with 27 mentees. It's a big bandwidth required, but because of the 34 mentors that we had on hand, I think we did well. You will see that the program itself has also become more rigorous. So while we started 27, we're only graduating 14. It is therefore a reflection of the hard metal that you folks have, to be able to sustain through the program. We propose to increase this number to greater than 30. I know some of you sitting here in this audience, especially those who run TiE Pune, have an ambition of going way beyond. I have been asked to consider whether we can have a school of mentoring, as a permanent feature. We will try, but I do promise that we will go beyond 30 companies. And we will also launch what we are calling a program for students, which is a student nurture program that we will definitely launch this year and hope to build upon it. The big question is, can we actually manage this well enough? Can we have the commitment of all the mentors to remain as engaged as they are? Because I know this can be a very energy-sapping exercise. But here it is for the mentors themselves, and I'm saying mentors that we have are just the most fabulous mentors that you can expect. They're inspiring to a point where inspiration itself can become a definition. So as I was searching for some definitions of mentoring, I chanced upon this one. It is about the mediocre mentor who tells, the good mentor explains, the superior mentor demonstrates, and the greatest mentors truly inspire. And if you can be inspired by the mentors who work with you, I think we start off well, and I think we lay the foundation for success. A few things, just photographs, glimpses of some Nurture alumni. Some of you in the audience here, may be here. I know that Chetana is here from previous Nurture edition. Raise your hand. She was with us last year, and as she continues to fly. She has the wind beneath her wings. But you can see some faces here who've actually done quite well. So you have Patan from Walnut. We have Akshay Mehrotra from Early Salary. There is Vinay Nathan from Altizon. Rahul from Sunshot. Other companies, Drona Aviation, which actually went on to build the lightest drone ever built in India. We have Nitin Gupta, who set up a company to do drone analytics, which is Napstick. And of course, Chetna right here, set up an outgo payments payment, which is a payment gateway company. So these people, are people we get inspired, in fact, from all the time. If they can do well, so can many of you here in the audience, who may want to consider joining Nurture here on. So we teach strategy. We talk about strategy, and at a very fundamental level, what is it? It really is a set of choices about, where is this company going to play? How will you play, and what do you really want to accomplish? Meaning, the questions seem really simple, but try answering them and try and spend some time to say, can I actually write down a clear answer for myself? And you may find it is not so easy. The program takes you through a structured process of understanding, where are you going to be playing, as in what's your competition all around you? What is the market all around you? Can you actually map this market? How are you going to be playing? How are you different from anybody else? And what do you want to accomplish? As in, meaning, is there a purpose at the end of it all? Or do you want to just say, oh, today I am now, 1 crore and tomorrow I want to be 2? What do you want to accomplish? What is your end game? And that therefore brings us to the purpose of why we exist, because you're not just an entrepreneur. It's not happenstance that just said, let me just do entrepreneurship. We have in this batch a bunch of people who got into entrepreneurship straight out of college. In fact, not even out of college. In college, they decided to dream and said, let's set up a business. We have people who actually work for 25 years, in a large company, actually made a lot of money for themselves just remaining a professional, but then chucked it up and said, no, I want to get into entrepreneurship. Everybody must have a purpose, to be in business. Is that purpose social or economic is for you people to decide, what it is. But if you can't state your purpose, I don't believe you can have a strategy. Therefore, state the purpose even before you state the strategy about how you're going to play this game. So, we've spoken a little bit about strategy, a little bit about purpose. And I did start my talk by saying, I will talk about leadership, about why leadership, is essential. That there isn't a strategy without leadership. So leaders must understand the strategic link between strategy, execution, and the basic purpose of why businesses even exist. What is your purpose of existence? And I choose to repeat some of these sayings, from great people again and again, because not only does it reinforce, these thoughts in my own mind, but I think it also reinforces, the minds of all the people that we work with. The first one of which is my most favorite one, and this is really Warren Buffett's statement that exemplifies the way an industry structure analysis must necessarily be done. I run into people, and you will see this through the course of some of the presentations that you will see today, that people are struggling in businesses they are in. Not because their intentions are bad, not because they didn't go through the hard yards of hard work. It's truly because it's a tough business, it's a tough industry to be in. So when a management with a reputation for brilliance tackles a business with a reputation for bad economics, it is the reputation of the business that remains intact. Brilliant minds have failed because they've chosen to go into an area which is hugely tough. I know that, our president here, Kiran, will talk about his business saying, I will either, Mount K2 is my destination, or else I might fall, but I'm not going to leave trying going there. So, no. So I don't mean that tough businesses cannot be peeled away. Many people can yet find differentiators in what may seem like a tough business, but we are talking about a general purpose ISA. So remember, Warren Buffett made this statement, and most people now use it many, many times. The other is, another guru, which is Philip Kotler, and Philip Kotler was known more for marketing than anything else. But he also told people to focus on what they're supposed to do. We have companies, product companies, which will say that my product is really great, but it's out there in the future. I need to run a services business right now only because I need the gravy, I need the money to run the business. And what happens? So you soon begin to run after that money that comes in every day. And you forget what you are meant to do. And therefore, this is what really exemplifies at best. Nothing quite so useless as doing with great efficiency, which should not be done at all. Don't do it. Just stay with what is your basic purpose of being. Why are you in business for? Surely enough, meaning you need support, but allocate that time for support. Don't make it your main time. You make it a main time, your business and your purpose is lost. And then, of course, we spoke about the purpose why we exist. There are crossroads you will come through. You will come through crossroads and you will say, should I or should I not do something? And I have, through my entrepreneurial journey, been faced with many such occasions. People will talk about saying, man, this is a tough business, should I do this or not? Some people go ahead and do it, some don't. There is an unethical way that kind of has exemplified business in India for a very, very long time. People said, in this country you can't do business honestly. But there are many who charted a course and said, no, we will not do this business in the wrong fashion. There are many who actually look at business opportunities that come their way and say there is an easy way for me to look at the services business. I can continue to do this, but I want to still go and focus on the product, that I want to develop. This is what I want to do. So I think of just one person who, exemplified what I call courage in leadership. The person is Katharine Graham, and maybe all of you don't know about her. She was the editor of the Washington Post. She's the one who broke the news about Nixon, about Watergate, and made the President of the United States come down on his knees. And she said, courage, it said, is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in its presence, because it is all pervasive, it is all around us, is there all around, meaning this is a real world. We can never be fearless, meaning there is nothing called fearless. The fear exists, and yet you have to take decision, and that is where true leadership comes into play. So leadership has two other elements that I will quickly speak and then move on. I come across this whole thing saying, do I have first mover advantage or not? And they're saying, no, there is no need for you to fear that. Leaders don't necessarily need to have the first mover advantage. What they do is to create such a competitive edge in themselves that others now can't follow them. So look at these. none of these people is a first mover. Meaning Google came way after AOL and Yahoo had stamped their print on all of our minds, and we thought they were like the best in the world. Meaning, what could have become better than Yahoo? Yahoo had a valuation which was skyrocketing, and finally, when they sold, probably sold at a tenth of their value. Why? Because Google came in. So you people can be the next Google in your own field. You don't have to fear that it is that you don't have the first mover advantage. But being the first mover is also not a wrong thing. All I'm saying is you don't have to be. So all you have to do is to create a competitive edge. But you can also be this kind of a leader that don't just imagine a future. Don't just imagine a future. You can actually create the future. I'm assuming you all know who this is. It's all of these companies, each one of them is a product of the less than the last 25 years. Less than the last 25 years. So friend, that is all I had to tell you about nurture. It's about putting the wind under your wings and growing. I'll leave you just with those three words again, which is strategy, execution and leadership. What we have to follow now is a talk that we have by Nitin Rai, who is the global president of TiE. He lives in Portland and he tried very hard to come in today, but he couldn't make it. But he was nice enough to send us a video, video message, which we're going to be playing for you, and then soon after that begin presentations.
This is Nitin Rai. I'm chair of TiE Global. TiE Pune's Nurture program is really unique because it combines the power of an incubator and accelerator into a 6 to 9 month program with multiple mentors that are charter members of Pune that help these companies grow through a variety of programs as well as exercises in order to build their business. And the idea isn't just to help them raise money, but actually go from point A to point B over a period of time so that they can address critical issues that are germane to their business and utilize the domain expertise of a larger number of charter members. So there could be as many as 20 charter members that might be involved in one company and utilize their expertise to help develop the business from say just an idea to a product that could be launched to the market, or there may be a product but they're looking to launch it into the market and they need help in terms of finding customers or raise funding. All of these things are combined into this one sustained program that actually doesn't utilize any physical infrastructure, so it's all virtual, and you utilize really the power of the TiE charter member base as well as the global network to get these companies from point A to point B. This is one of the most exciting programs in the TiE network. Pune has been very successful. I understand nearly 50 companies have already been coached through this program, and I'm really looking forward to taking this program global. We are just starting to do that, and I see TiE Nurture as a program that would follow the TiE Excel program, which is a short virtual accelerator where you take a nascent entrepreneur, train them, coach them to be ready to actually launch a company, and once they launch the company, then the Nurture program actually comes into place and takes them through a point where they could be funded and they're on their way. Program at TiE Pune, which is just the most exciting thing that has happened in the TiE ecosystem because it's a year-long program, and I'm really proud of the chapter and the success that they've achieved through the TiE Nurture program, and I'm very excited to announce that this program is now actually being adopted by other chapters in India, and we are hoping to take this program across chapters around the globe. I want to congratulate all of the participants that have participated in this most recent TiE Nurture program at Pune. I know this was a tough selection process. I believe about 150 companies had applied for it, and only 27 were selected and 14 are graduating today. So good luck to you all. I would really encourage you to stay connected into TiE, because as you grow and develop your company, you're going to need more and more help and more mentoring, as well as at some point in time raise capital. And TiE Pune, with its mission of helping entrepreneurs, both from a mentoring network as well as funding standpoint, would be a great organization to be associated with. We are all volunteers, and our core DNA is about give back. And so it's a great organization to be part of and be connected globally to other entrepreneurs around the globe. I want to also congratulate all my friends at TiE Pune. You guys have done a great job under Kiran Deshpande's leadership, and Pune is very near and dear to my heart. I have a company called First Insight that has been in Pune for almost 17 years. It's my 17-year-old startup in Pune. And Pune is such a great city with great talent, great universities, and there are so many opportunities and so many great ideas that are coming out of these young entrepreneurs. And I would encourage TiE Pune to continue to tap into this young talent through this TiE Nurture program. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, I see this program become, pretty much standard like our youth program or angel program, where as we incorporate and engage with the next generation of entrepreneurs, we have this sustained way of coaching them, mentoring them, guiding them, connecting them to who they need to be connected. And then at the end of the sort of the tunnel there is help with funding, but then also perhaps some help with getting to liquidity and also connecting to other investors and other venture capitalists so that we are germane to their success from start to finish. I want to thank everybody who is participating in this program, and thank you for the opportunity for me to speak to you via video. Unfortunately, I could not make it to Pune for this event, but perhaps next year I will. So good luck to you all, and enjoy your conference.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With my co-founder colleague Manish Chaudhary, I am Amol Sharma from MASWER Automotive. We are in collaboration with MASWER Group from Germany. What we do is, we are a technical interventionist to the automobile and auto component industry. We intervene in the quality processes of manufacturers so that they improve upon them. What do we exactly do? I'll explain with few examples. Any new model before getting launched undergoes rigorous testing. We MASWER drive those vehicles from 50 to 100,000 kilometers across terrains from Leh to Kanyakumari and try to find out issues with the vehicles, not only with the vehicles, even at the component level. We feed them back to the OEMs so that the OEMs work on those issues and a good quality product is rolled out in the market. Second example, imagine a scenario, an OEM, original equipment manufacturer, a car manufacturer, typically is called OEM in auto industry, has around 5,000 cars just to be rolled out, to be dispatched to the dealer, and at the last moment they find out that a very safety critical software need to be upgraded in all those vehicles. This needs a big team of highly skilled engineers on a very short span of time. We MASWER come into the picture again. We mobilize the team of expert engineers. We do the task at very short notice and ensure that the deliveries are met on time. Another example, the industry involves us a lot for checking the component for their quality. We handle at least thousands of customers every day. With the help of a proprietary mobile analytic app, we collect a lot of data for those parts and share that data with the manufacturers so that they can improve on quality of those parts. Not only this, we also help the suppliers of the automotive industry to improve their overall systems and processes. The ultimate idea is to save the cost of poor quality. We both have we both hold master's degree from Germany in automobile engineering, and we have cumulatively 20 plus years of experience working with all major big brands in the automotive industry. In our last roles, we have worked with a German MNC called Formel D, where Manish was taking care of all India sales and business development, and I was responsible for operations. The market, global business size is about $5 billion in India, though it is at quite nascent stage, estimated roughly at around 200 crores, but growing very, very fast exponentially. In fact, the Indian automobile industry is about to become third largest manufacturing industry in the world as far as the cars are concerned, and this exactly calls for an intervention of MASWER. This industry is in dire need of services like this for bringing their quality to the expectations of global customers. Typically, this kind of quality services, around more than 50% of services are outsourced in the developed countries. In India, this is just a beginning, and we are sure that the Indian industry will definitely catch up with this trend, and in no sooner than in few years, this 200 crore industry will become a 1,000+ crore industry. We started our operations in June 2017, and in last 3 months, January, February and March, we have consistently done business of more than 40 lakh rupees. Shortest possible reaction time is actually our USP, what we say, and in order to meet that, we have expanded ourselves across all automotive hubs in India, working with the who's and who's of the automotive industry in record time of 9 months. We are already 100+ strong team with 20+ major customers and earning a handsome EBITDA of 40%. The beauty of our business is that it's a bit harder to penetrate in the, with the customers. But once you are in, it's very hard for the customers to leave us. So that's how we wish to be in the market with all these major names we are already associated with. Financial year 2018, we have already finished with 2 crores as revenue. For 2019, we have set the target of 8 crores. With the current run rate of around 45 lakhs a month, we are quite comfortable to achieve that. Moving forward for next few years, we have set quite aggressive but achievable targets. We are again comfortable in meeting those numbers as well. Right now, currently we are bootstrapped, and most important thing is we are profitable from day one. The next step for us is to add and increase our sales team in the north and south region so that we can exploit the opportunities available in the market. We are already in discussion with big names of the automotive market like Daimler India, like Maruti, like Tata Motors for some big sustainable projects. And one more interesting thing to note is we are already working for one of our customers outside India in Thailand. That's all from our side. Thank you very much from the big MASWER team. Thank you very much TiE for providing us this launch pad. We are today confident enough in saying that yes, we now have some wind under our wings, underneath our wings. And a very, very, very special thanks to our mentors, Mrs. Pratima Jalan and Mr. Hemant Jalan, who have helped us, held our hands.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Pratima Kirloskar and Mr. Hemant Jalan. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. So yeah, Mrs. Kirloskar and Mr. Jalan, who has really helped us in this tough time of initial few months of entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
Questions? How do you fund it right now?
We have raised debt to a cooperative bank right now. So we have raised about 80 lakhs as of now. So we are self-sustained and we are going good. So we have enough money to go with this pace. But definitely, if we want to grow exponentially, we are looking for some investments.
Can you give?
is the management just the two of you, or you have a next level of management as well?
It's just two of us as of now. We are holding 50% each equity in the company as well. But we have working level, we have a very good team in different regions. As you see, we are working in different regions. So each location we have regional managers who are, kind of experienced like us only.
Right. Thank you.
One question is, when you sell to the cars or the OEMs, what type of contracts are these in terms of how do you charge or how do you get paid for the various types of interventions that you've spoken about?
So all the activities we provide are definitely projects. They may, end within few hours, few weeks, or sometimes few years. So right now, just to give you an example, we have our Ford as a major customer. So almost 50% of the revenue comes from Ford. So we have two projects. One is with the quality domain, wherein it's a day-to-day job, and we have a 2 years agreement with them. We charge them on hourly rates. And second project is testing. We are testing the vehicles, so we come only into picture when they have these new launching vehicles. So after the launch, we will be out of picture and we will come back when they have new vehicles for development.
You said you were looking for funding.
Yeah.
How much are you looking for? One. And the second is, how much is the funding that you're looking for? And second is, how much equity are you ready to dilute?
So we have discussed with our mentors, and we have calculated that for at least for next 2 years we need something between 3 and 5 crores. And what the valuation is, probably we can discuss it, offline.
So do you have a software platform that manages this whole thing, or is it purely a services model?
Well, we have an app-based solution, like what I had said, that is mainly to collect the data and to analyze the data.
But when the
Otherwise,
cars move around all over this thing, so that software, is it built by you, or?
Well, there are different tools. Sometimes they are jointly built by us, sometimes we use the customer tools.
But it's more of heads and hands we have. So if we have to increase our turnover, we will definitely have to have the employees adding in proportionately. We don't have a model wherein we have a software sitting here, we can test some cars or something. We are working actually with heads and hands at the customer location across India.
Today, if I have to understand, you have a stickiness with the customer. It's a high entry barrier, but then once you're in, it's a sustained business.
Exactly. So it's a typical B2B business. We don't have to spend on marketing and all, but we have to, so we are utilizing the network we have from last 10 years with really big OEMs.
Good. Let's have a
question here. Just one last.
One last.
This is a question out of more of inquisitiveness. So when you guys started off, did you guys start off by yourselves, just the two of you all, and then build up a team of 100 plus? And add-on question to that is, when you say you're profitable from day one, I mean, there must have been costs associated, so how did you figure that out?
So that's, we started on our own. Amol was heading operations in the last organization. Yeah, so we started on our own, and first project Amol was himself standing on the ground delivering the projects. So that's how we started getting business, and then the team got, so we don't have many major expenses on, offices at all these locations.
Okay. There is always right time to invest.
Maybe I think you guys should connect even offline as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
A real man does not do his laundry and does not let his women do it either. Hi, I am Sameer Jain and I represent my company, the Moustache Laundry. We are a tech-enabled solution for on-demand and locker laundry service. So basically we are into two different business segments. One is an on-demand service and the second is a locker laundry service. So under on-demand service, you download the app, book a time, a person would come down to your place, pick the clothes up, will process and will deliver it back to you. And while in the locker laundry service, we set up lockers inside societies, hostels, PGs, where you can put your laundry inside those lockers, put a passcode to it, put that passcode on our mobile app, we'll pick it up, we'll process and then deliver it back to you on your place, as in the locker again. So basically, laundry market is about $76 billion in India. And about 740 million is serviceable out of it. And we plan to reach to about $10 million in sales. As of date, we started with 40,000 average revenue per month. We are doing about 10 lakhs as of date as an average revenue. We have done about 40,000 transactions and we have about 15,000 plus customer base. In terms of why are we best, why are we better than other competitors? So in terms of operational excellence, we have registered the lowest error rate in industry. We have registered 0.05% complaint till date. In terms of user experience, we are the best rated laundry app in India with the best rated ratings on our mobile app, on our Facebook page and our Google page. In terms of convenience and reliability, we have outlets, we have pickup delivery services, and we have local laundry service. And that's why we go to ease out and regulate the process of making the laundry not to do a task on your list. So we offer the best convenience and reliability here. In terms of competitive landscape, we have bigger competitors like Pep Wash, Wasser, Fabric Spa, all of them having in more than 2 cities. They have 30 stores, they have 45 stores, all of them have raised more than 3 CR, 25 CR, and Fabric Spa is already funded by Jyoti Laboratories. While in terms of user experience, we are the best rated in terms of 4.5 star rating at 281 reviews, while all of them have lesser ratings. In terms of cash flow positive, since I being a chartered accountant, we have managed somehow to plan our taxes in terms of GST and stuff as well. Hence, we are cash flow positive as of date with 6 franchisees running up and right now. In terms of quality of wash and ironing, we are the best right now. And in terms of convenience, whether it be pickup and delivery, whether it be outlet and local laundry service, we are serving best. So the revenue model, the entire revenue model is divided into 3 services: wash and iron, only ironing, and dry cleaning. About 70% of our sales comes from wash and iron with a gross margin of about 56%. About 19% of our sales come from dry cleaning business with about 64% gross margin. And about 10% of our sales come from ironing business with about 25% gross margin. So that's the fund ask. We already raised 70 lakhs from group of angels and family and friends. We plan to raise out 3 CR, majority of which would be invested in assets. And we plan to reach to about 50,000 customers just in Pune. We plan to reach about 20 outlets by the year end. In terms of exit options, since it's a very competitive market, we have Housejoy, we have Zimber, we have Urban Clap, who could be a possible acquirer for us. In terms of profitability, since we are already doing 1.5 lakhs plus in net profit after founder's salary, we aim to be profitable in long term too. In terms of the team, I am Sameer Jain. I look into the marketing, strategy and finance. I am a chartered accountant. I have Gurdeep Singh. He is also a chartered accountant. He looks into operations and technology. We have Saket Javed. He executes entire technology and advertisement campaign for us. He has worked earlier with Tasty Khana. We have Vinay Sancheti, who is the lead investor here. So that's our local laundry service. So we have this drop boxes, which is installed in Mahindra and Mahindra and Arusha Homes. These are local laundry services. These are installed in Blue Ridge Society and Persistent Systems. One more product that we are launching is Moustache Kadak. Moustache Kadak is a tech-enabled premium product. Every cloth being delivered in hanger, customized and analytics, and delivery as in fast delivery. So this is being started in KP, Koregaon Park and Magarpatta next month. So we have 2 franchise outlets finalized starting up in next month in Koregaon Park and Magarpatta. That's about it. Thank you.
We can have a lot of questions because he finished even before the first level of fire.
Yes, please.
A lot of questions.
So why not Moustache Kadak in Pune?
So you're a franchisee waiting to sign up with you.
So we already have a franchise in Pune, but the problem is the paying capacity. So in Pune, I'm not down.
My wife is in the audience. She will ensure all my shirts come to you.
So I tell you, in Bali we are charging 40 rupees per piece, and in Koregaon Park we'll be charging 70 rupees per piece. So that's the difference.
So you do all the laundry at a central location. Where is that? Where is
so we have a 5,000 square feet space in Pashan Road. We have about 45 employees working on our payroll.
So everything is transported from wherever you collect it from, or including the drop boxes to Pasha.
Yes. So let's say each of the orders are collected at each of the outlets. We have about 5 outlets up and running right now, and 2 more coming in next month. So all the outlets are all the clothes are coming at the outlet, collected at the outlet, and at the day end it is taken to the factory, processed and then delivered it back. Yes.
Gross margin, is that only the cost of doing the laundry, or you're also including the cost of transportation, given that you would, what like typically like consumer, how much is the order value, right? I'm saying, and what kind of, how many pieces do they give you in a particular time?
So let's say average transaction goes to about 380 rupees as of date, and about 22 pieces per order approximately. And that's the wash and iron is the cost at the plant. So at X factory. So once we dispatch from the factory, that's the cost. Because that's our margin, right? Post that, everything is to be beared by franchisee.
When we talk about your competition, your competition is bigger than you.
Yes.
Can you tell us about is this business scalable? It's been traditionally, driven by the local dhobi and the local laundry wala. How scalable is it? And how profitable? Do you know anything about the profitability of your competitors that you named there?
So I'll tell you one thing. See, I should probably not be saying this, but then I would not say that it is very fast scalable as any other technology startup. Okay, it is something which is going to take patience, but it is a very good return-making business. Okay, it's not something that could be scaled up very easily. It is going to take trust, because laundry is something that people would give you only when they have that trust. Okay, the trust factor has to be there. So each of our franchisee that comes in play takes about 10 months to break even operationally. It's because the major factor that plays role is trust. Okay, so of course it's scalable. We're doing 6 outlets right now. We're planning 20 this year, and so we can scale in Pune immediately. Then probably we'll franchise out in other locations too.
When you franchise in other locations, again you'll have the problem of you have to create another asset.
Yes. So every location wherever we go, we'll set up a unit first. Okay, with an investment of roughly 40 lakhs. Okay. First is the master franchisee has to put up an investment there. And then he'll set up an outlet.
And how much revenue can a 40 lakh rupees investment asset generate? What kind of revenue can it generate?
So let's say I've invested till date on our machinery 30-35 lakhs, and we are doing more than 12-13 lakhs a month right now.
What is the maximum it can go to?
It can go to roughly, let's say, currently I'm doing 2,500 pieces, it can go to 3,500 pieces a day.
In your business, I think the logistic expenses are tremendous.
Okay.
So in last 3 years, what kind of automation, what kind of help you have taken from IT sector?
See, I'll tell you what, initially when we started, we were completely aggregators. Our per order cost was 73 rupees. Okay. Now with the outlet model coming in place, the entire scenario has changed, because 50% of our orders comes at the outlet. We are doing 120 orders a day right now. Okay. Just the pickup and 120 deliveries. So that's about 240 orders that we talk to each day. But the scenario has changed just because of the outlet place.
Can you talk about your customer acquisition cost? How are you acquiring your customers today?
So currently my customer acquisition cost goes from 180 to 250 rupees.
What's the mechanism you're
So I'll tell you, I've tried each and every sort of, we have done Facebook ad, we have done Google AdWords. Major thing that works for us is startup cross promotion. So what we do is, let's say Ola, let's say Uber, they all cross promote with us. They pay us and we help them get penetrated into the segment they'll be on. So let's say Ola pays us 25,000 rupees a month to cross promote with us. They also share their database with us. We cross promote with Big Stylish, we cross promote with let's say local groceries. Okay, so that has worked tremendously well for us. That's the best way to acquire customer at a very minimal cost, and they help us finance all our inventory.
I use Ola, I've never heard of it. First time I'm
It's texts. Okay, so they all text you. So if you get, let's say, if you would receive messages, it would say you get 20% off on Moustache Laundry if you book the order with Ola. And that's what we do.
We'll have one last question.
Yeah, Samir, this is a suggestion that we have spoken of even before. One is, why not look at the industrial segment? So I know that every food and pharma company would benefit by having someone like you. Coming in from that industry, I know how much how much of pain it is for the company itself to set up a laundry service.
Okay.
It is best to have someone like you do it for people like us. What is your response, and how would you go about it?
So as a point, I'll tell you, Lupin has finalized our contract with them last week. So they're giving us 2,500 pieces a week.
Great stuff.
Starting next week.
Great stuff. Lovely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Founder of Sepal, and we are on a mission to provide two-wheelers with all the important comforts of car and so much more. So as for the statistics in India, 1 in every 3 of the adult population owns a two-wheeler. You can say all the economy of India runs on two-wheelers. But if you look at these pictures, you will see how inefficient two-wheelers are in solving certain very critical problems, and you will also see how desperate people are for a proper solution. The biggest problems in two-wheelers are sun and rain, which is obvious to all of you. And then safety, like apart from the head of the rider, the rest of his body is completely exposed to injuries. And comfort, a huge number of bike riders suffer from chronic back pains. Each and every one of them is a big, critical and painful problem that millions of people are suffering on a daily basis. And this is what we want to change. And so with years of design and development, we have come up with an amazing product called Sepal. Sepal is a collapsible canopy that can be quickly attached to any motorcycle, and once attached, it will be compact. It will not interfere with the steering, it will not obstruct the rider in any way, therefore it makes absolutely no difference to one's riding experience. When required, the site suddenly starts raining, the user can immediately open it up in a matter of seconds. And the device will have a windshield at front, it will have an extended canopy on top. And this device with such a system, it can effectively protect the riders, both the pillion rider and the main rider, from sun, rain, dust, pollution and even against cold winds. And we have also designed Sepal to enhance safety in case of an accident. What happens usually in an accident is the head of the rider gets impacted and the entire impact is transferred to the spinal cord, which ruptures and leads to death. With Sepal, the entire impact will be transferred to the shoulders and the abdomen, and these are the structural elements of one's body. These can take a hit. With this, we can potentially save thousands of lives. After building the prototype, we have carried out intensive road testing and user testing, and the response that we have received is overwhelmingly positive. We have gathered feedback from around 50-60 different people, and each and every one of them, except few exceptions, each and every one of them is more than happy with the performance and the price point. With such a response, we are very hopeful this is going to be a great hit in the market. Coming to market, the two-wheeler industry in India is huge. There are currently 183 million two-wheelers on roads. Out of this, we are expecting about 70% of the motorcycle owners to be in need of a product like Sepal and willing to pay for it. Again, out of this, our reach would be limited only to urban areas and metropolitan regions initially. So the total operatable market will shrink down to 50 million motorcycles. And this 50 million motorcycles amount to a total market potential of $1 billion. And our target is to achieve at least 5% of this in the coming 5 years. And how are we going to do that? So initially we'll be reaching out to all the last mile delivery companies like Faso, Swiggy, eCard, etc. And these companies are also in a great need of a product like this. These people, they will adopt this immediately and purchase in bulk orders. And when we give them our product, we'll also do our own company branding, our own company website details. This way we'll create all the market visibility necessary before B2C launch. In B2C, we will first list our product on Amazon, Flipkart, and then we'll do e-marketing. Once the product gets traction, we'll partner with all the leading distributors Northwest, South region and make Sepal available in a number of outlets and dealerships across India. Another unfair advantage that we have is Sepal can market itself. It is a product that is visible to hundreds and thousands of commuters on roads. Each Sepal on road is going to create thousands of impressions and push people to become our customers. This way we can expect an exponential growth in demand at zero cost. Our vision is to become an integral part of two-wheelers and make commuting better and better. And we intend to do that using our Sepal 2.0 version, which will be fully embedded with IoT and technology. Sepal 2.0 will have a heads-up display at front. It can have a Bluetooth connectivity to your mobile phone. It can have a Bluetooth connectivity to your headset. We can develop gadgets like heater, fan, or even airbags. And with such an integrated system, we can develop apps for navigation, media entertainment, and bike performance reports. All these apps will be providing it for free of cost. And instead we'll be earning revenues from other sources like selling the bike data, anonymous bike data to insurance companies, bike companies, or by displaying ads on the heads-up display in a very, very safe way only when the bike halts. Our current progress, we have patented the entire technical design and mechanism of the product, and we have carried out 4 iterations of design and testing, with the final one being almost market ready. And we have approached the RTO, and the RTO commissioner was more than willing to give us a written approval, since this helps a common man. And we have carried out demonstrations with Fasos and Swiggy, and they absolutely love the product, that they were even willing to give us a huge pre-order with advance payment. So our major challenges currently are post-sale services. It is very tough for us to have physical presence all over India, so instead we'll be partnering with all the existing service centers and make them our authorized service centers. And we'll also be designing the components such that they are easy to fit, and a person can watch the videos and fix the device of themselves. And then counterfeiting. The existing bike manufacturers can easily reverse engineer the product and bring out their own. But however, it is important to note that this is not a single product. It is an ecosystem of products that work around this single product. So there will be products that will have other products that go with it that will have amazing aesthetics and looks. There will be products that with integrated IoT. There will be products with some other technology, and none of this can be achieved by any traditional counterfeit company. A counterfeit company is only good as a spare part manufacturer, not as a real product manufacturer. These are our first 3-year financial projections. And by the end of third year, we are expecting a revenue of 32 crores. Out of that, 30% will be our profit margin. And in our current state, we are looking to raise about 50 lakhs in equity investment, which will help us in moving forward with our operations and help us build and manufacture the pre-order that we already have. And this amount will also be sufficient for us to attain profitability. So I want to end that by telling that this product is going to be the next big revolution in two-wheeler industry. And those of you who are interested in being a part of this, please do get in touch. Thank you. Yes.
How does
adding this, how does it affect the aerodynamics of the motorcycle? Does it come in the way of increasing speeds and things like that?
Correct. So in fact, we have done demonstrations with Passos and Swiggy, and the delivery boy himself, he has driven this at speeds over 80 kmph. And by the end of demonstration, he was like beaming and laughing. So there was absolutely no difference whether you drive it at 5 kmph or 100 kmph.
There's a question here.
So this product essentially is going to be catering to like what bike segment, like what power segment, like 300cc, 500cc, 1000cc.
Yes. So we are going to recommend people to use it only up to speeds of 100 kmph and not more than that. This is more for commuting, not for highway riding.
Right, now because this is a common problem in all bikes, right? I mean, personally I used to ride a Ninja 1000, so that probably won't be any good to me.
Right. So maybe you can close it up, and once you close it up, it makes no difference.
Yeah, no, the reason I stopped riding is the roof thing, right? I need the roof.
Right.
And I like specs, so you know, riding in the rain is always difficult for me.
Correct. Maybe we'll have another product launch in the future for market segment like yours. Sure.
One last question.
Yes.
Fascinating product. Question for you is there any regulatory requirement in India where if you have to attach something on a scooter or a bike, does it need some AIA approvals? And how are you kind of thinking about that? And second is, I'm sure you must have had conversations with the big two-wheeler guys in terms of just integrating this product into their regular option, almost like any accessory that they have. Just a question on the second to see how you started doing that, any reactions from them.
So right now, as regarding to the regulations and everything, we have approached the RTO and we have approached the ARI. So their stand on this is legally there is no framework or any law that goes against this or goes with this. So legally they cannot stop this from being on the roads unless the order comes from higher up from the ministry. So the ARI suggested us you can directly write a letter to the transport ministry where they give us an approval to test it on the roads and then take a decision based on it. So we are already in process with that.
Why do you want to wake up a sleeping giant? Let it be on the road.
Exactly.
So don't lie to the ministry asking.
You might
beg for forgiveness and permission.
No, but,
yes.
but actually the sleeping giant can actually kill their business if they don't.
No, but the RTO has given them permission.
But the transportation is a state subject in India. So
but if you ride, then they will go through the thing and they will not let it launch.
No. Homologation is a central thing. This will require homologation, which is a central thing. Not state.
Any other question? I'm not getting any questions from.
I think you should get the mic back there.
With any?
Have you done with crash and take away the mic?
So crash testing, we have only funds for single prototype, so we are waiting for funds.
So can somebody steal it after you install it?
No, so we have a helmet lock system.
Okay.
Same as an helmet lock. If you can definitely steal this, but it would be easier to break into a car and steal this.
Does it increase your fuel? Or does
yes.
It does.
So it does only at speeds above 70 kmph. So at below speeds, it's not going to affect a lot. So thank you.
Good evening to all. I'm Sonali from Cerulean, and we are in the business of treating and recycling water. It is said that if there is a third world war, it will be for water. Just some days back, we have seen the water scarce situation of a mega city, Cape Town. Also in Gujarat, Narmada Canal did not supply water for the irrigation purpose this year. What is this indicating to us? This indicates that we must save fresh water. And how? By treating and recycling the wastewater. But the sad part is, even today, 80% of the wastewater goes untreated back to the environment. Industries will be affecting the most in the coming years, because as the demand will go up, there will be 45% less supply of the fresh water for the industries, and that is going to be the biggest pain for the industry. On one hand, government is having stringent norms on wastewater quality treatment, and the vigilance is also increased. But there are large number of companies which are small and medium sized companies who are facing lots of problems as far as wastewater treatment is concerned. Often the treated water quality is not up to the mark. Secondly, they are facing space constraints in the city because of the small company sizes. They have to purchase the water on daily basis, and they are looking for the organized and cost effective partner as far as water treatment is concerned, and we are here. So we have immense market opportunity available, and out of the total applicable market of 5,000 crore, will be specifically targeting 500 crore in the next 2 years. This is our product, which is effluent and grey water treatment and recycling plant. Grey water is the water other than sewage. And now Ajay will be telling us more about our company as well as business.
Thank you, Sonal. So what we have seen is water scarcity is there, we all understand it. Recycling is the solution, we all know it. And here is a product which can solve this problem. It's right in front of you. So why we will win? We have some distinct advantages, technically as well as commercially. So on technical front, we are the only one of this size company who is having a process patent in this area. Also, we are looking into future, and our product is IoT enabled. Our system is neat and clean. It is a closed loop system, so there is no mess around. Commercially, we are low capex and low opex. We are 60% smaller in size compared to our competitors. I mean the size of the plant. And on the low opex, our price of per liter is 6.5 paisa per liter as compared to 12 paisa per liter for the fresh commercial water available. We are fully automatic. That eliminates the need of additional manpower, and the plant is skid mounted. That gives us advantage that faster installations and relocation. So we started implementing our plants from car washing center, that is in front of you. 6 plants are in place for almost 2.5 years now, and we are moving on. We are also having two-wheeler washing centers. We are also having electroplating industry, engineering industry, and food industry. There are several other sectors we are yet to venture into, and the market is big. So far what we have is we have a revenue generation. This year we had 44 lakhs revenue. Year on year growth we have customers, 15 customers are there. We have repeat orders. We have a technically qualified team. Infrastructure is ready for it, and we have registrations and testimonials. So where do we intend to go? This year our strategy is sales, 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 and then some more sales. We are totally focusing on sales. We have planned our strategy for this year. In next quarter, we'll either go for co-founder or sales head or a business consultant who will dedicatedly look into sales. We will have a direct sale with our employees and regional teams. We will have channel partners like dealers and independent agents. We will also have strategic alliance with banks as pre-approved loans so that our clients can afford this product. We are talking to OEMs for large-scale installations, and in our product development, we will also, in 2 years down the line, we will also venture into STPs and drinking water treatment. So you remember Sonali showed us 72,000 crore market opportunity. That is what we will be venturing into later on. So overall, we are targeting 15 crores of revenue in next 2 years, and for that we will require 2 crores of funds. But the beauty of this business is, as our sales grows, the business will be self-funded. 3 of us have founded this company, myself, Sonali and Indrajit. I look after operations, sales and marketing and technical support. Sonali is looking after R&D and product development, Indrajit looks after manufacturing. Our team is highly qualified and well experienced. So there are significant recognitions to our account. Patent is the first one. That means there is a acceptability in the market and also in the government because of the patent. We were among the top 10 contestants out of 233 companies who participated in the Clean Tech program, which was organized by United Nations. In last 2.5 years, we have treated 5.5 crore litre of wastewater and have saved 4 crore litres of fresh water. Now this water is equivalent to 2 days drinking water requirement for a city like Pune. We really thank TiE Nurture program and especially our mentors Rohit and Aniruddha and Ravi Nigam for giving their time and guidance to us. We have 14 plus meetings. We have our marketing strategy set up. Our revenue grew in last 4 months from 10 lakhs to 44 lakhs during the Nurture program. Thank you very much.
Perfect timing.
Thanks.
Talk to us about the competition. Who else can do what you can do?
So there are several local players in the market, but they are not organized and they don't have the complete system. A partial system is put up as an ETP unit, and then in 2-3 months it stops functioning. That is the current problem. So typically speaking, if you see, in reality there is no competitor in that sector, but there are several local players also there. The big companies are out of this game because they supply 10 crores, 5 crores rupees of ETP, which MSME cannot afford. That's why we are uniquely positioned.
He had that slide ready for you.
That's good mentoring.
What are your EBITDA levels?
I think you speak louder is the message.
The question is, what are your EBITDA levels?
So EBITDA levels as of now are 8 to 10%.
And at 15 crores 3 years from now with 3 crores of investment, what kind of numbers?
So we will be 10 to 12 crores. Precisely I have to calculate. I haven't calculated what we will be after 2 years, but currently is 8 to 10%.
Yeah, there are a few questions from the back. Let's back. Please.
So, what kind of maintenance does your plant need? So, when you said your OPEX for the customer is less than others, is it because there is low maintenance? And what is the life of this plant?
So life is usually 10 to 12 years. Right now we are just completed 2.5. Maintenance wise, this has some maintenance schedule like daily, weekly and monthly. But as compared to the other plants, this is really nothing because per day 15 minutes attention is required. That is just a backwash, and even that can be automated. On weekly basis, there is just one back filter which you need to clean up and fit it back. It is 5-minute job. So in all other plants, they are manually controlled. So attendance is required 24/7 to run that plant, which is eliminated because of the full automation.
One more thing is, in conventional plants, mostly we see manual dosing of powdered chemicals, and that is not very optimum dosing. So here we have metered dosing, automated dosing of liquid chemicals, so that take care of every batch of water.
And is there any special dispensing or needed for whatever chemicals you use, whatever is the undesirable output of this process?
Yes. So the plant has a conical tank in which there will be automatic dosing. So in the conventional plants, there are 4 to 5 separate tanks required, which we have combined into one, and that is our one batch. So flocculation, coagulation, flash mixing, everything will happen in one tank, and then the sedimentation will settle down, supernatant will pass through. The sediments is a kind of sludge which will be automatically taken and carried to the sand bed.
Is this suitable for a small pharma industry? Where, does it meet the regulatory guidance for a small pharma?
Yes, typically this system is customizable, and we have done it in variety of sectors, that is why. So some modifications in pre-treatment and post-treatment helps us achieve it. So it can be fit into pharma as well. The basic process remains same.
we have to take the questions offline now because it's time for the next presentation. Let's give a big round of applause.
Hello everyone, good to start. Today in this presentation we will be speaking about around 50% of the population of India's population who are into agriculture. So if we look into the agriculture sector or from the perspective of the farmers, in a given crop cycle, he goes into number of transactions, whether it is buying seeds, fertilizers, or whether it is renting out tractor or farm equipments. And at n number of stages he goes, and every time he needs to deal with a middleman or the third person, and he pays commission to them. So at Marketyard, we are trying to eliminate them or reduce their influence, and so exactly that's what we do. So Marketyard is a mobile platform which helps users to buy, sell, rent everything in agriculture, whether it is agriculture produce, whether it is farm equipment, tractors, animal husbandry, or anything in agriculture. So we have 16 categories with us. So practically we are the first one to sell buffaloes online in India. So that's what we do. And apart from this, few value-added services that we provide to the farmers, like weather forecasting, digital land records, question and answers, agri-news and events. So this will help farmers to take accurate measures and decisions in their farming, in day-to-day activities as well. What are the specialization about Marketyard is we are hyper-local. We have integrated around 42,000 villages in Maharashtra. We are operational in Maharashtra as of now. We support maximum categories covering entire crop cycle. So looking at the current snapshot, we have 18,000 plus users. To be precise, it's 18,800 as of date. We have been rated 4.8 on Google Play Store by 900 plus farmers. Till date, 4,000 plus classifieds have been posted worth more than 500 crores. So there's a competition as well. This is the upcoming sector, that is agriculture, which is being ignored by many of the big giants. But this is going to change the face of the India. So we have a few competitions from Mandiac, Farm Mart, Kisan Trust, Ovari, few of them, which are operating across India. As at Marketyard, we are only focused on Maharashtra because it's the 10% of across India, the agriculture market in Maharashtra. We control around more than 50% of the market in Maharashtra. If you see about the internet penetration due to geo effect and WhatsApp and Facebook that we have seen, nowadays each and every household has a guy who is using smartphone or who is hooked up to the social media, and those we are targeting such kind of the users. We are not targeting the age-old farmers, but next generation farmers in the family, we can say. We are present across all the districts of Maharashtra, particularly Sholapur, Pune, Ahmednagar, Nasik. These are the major 4 that we targeted initially, and as well as with more publicity and organic growth, we are present across all 36 districts of Maharashtra. Speaking about the revenue model, recently we have launched the subscription-based revenue model. We are charging ideally 1 rupee a day, that is 365 rupees annual subscription charge we are charging for the farmers. The another revenue model for is the location-based banner ads. So the advertising model is very different because the agriculture-related companies, the manufacturing companies or the service-related companies in agriculture, they don't have any platform for the digital content to be delivered or the advertising platform. So Marketyard is going to be one of the place for them to reach out to the target audience. The another will be the premium listing or the featured ads and as well as the analytics. The cost that we have seen is the user acquisition cost and product development and maintenance as well as marketing of the application, reaching out to the farmer. So the projections that we are seeing is we are in a process of appointing channel partners, a taluka-wise channel partner. In Maharashtra we have more than 350 talukas, and we are looking to appoint a channel partner who will be acting as our agent for the promotion of our app. He will be responsible for onboarding around 3,000 subscribers per taluka. Ideally it is 250 per month per taluka, and as well as he will be responsible for collecting the banner ads at the location level. Yeah. So the year 1 we are targeting around 50 talukas, then year 2 100 taluka, and ultimately by year 3 we will be covering across Maharashtra. So we have been recognized by most of the medias in Maharashtra. We have been awarded in most of the startup competitions across India, whether it is Delhi, Bangalore or Hyderabad for that matter. So practically what we are doing is we are creating a major impact in the farming community. We are helping farmers to fetch better price. We are generating rural employment by appointing channel partners, and we are empowering rural India. What exactly this means? For example, a farmer is trying to sell his tractor at 3 lakh rupees. He is unable to find a buyer for that tractor. So we are trying to help him to sell his tractor with multiple options that he can find on our platform. And by this way, we can outgrow numbers, and we can make digital farmers maybe. We are looking for to raise capital in order to capture maximum market in Maharashtra and later on scale up across India. And future roadmap is to be one of the best platform for the agriculture in India. Thank you.
Question right at the back. Let's start. Wait. Please state your name.
What language is your app in currently?
Okay, it's in 2 languages, English and Marathi. Because we are only present in Maharashtra, and as per we roll out for other states, it will be 2 languages at any given time, supporting native language of the state, and English will be the default language.
And another question, do you think, and what's your experience with these farmers being able to, do you expect a farmer to actually upload the details about a tractor on an app and then being able to sell? Do you think they're you can rely on them to be self-reliant doing this?
Okay. To answer your question, I am myself a farmer. I come from a farming background. So what we have seen after the Jio rollout, before starting Marketyard, I was working with the infrastructure company for the mobile companies. And what we have seen, the penetration in rural India is very high. As per the recent TiE report, telecom regulatory report, we have seen around 46% of the data consumption in rural India. And that is where the market is. So what we see, even WhatsApp or Facebook, the penetration has been through rural nowadays. And within 3 years, it is going to shift. It will outbid the urban population for the data consumption. And as I said, we are not targeting the age-old farmers, but a guy in his family who is maybe 10th or 12th pass, and he is using smartphone. So young generation, and practically that's where we have seen 4,000 plus classifieds posted by them. So we are just providing a platform, and it's the process of posting is very simple. It's a picture navigation type.
So it's gonna be only peer-to-peer, or are you gonna include the seeds, pesticides in the near future for that?
So we have 16 categories as of now. So this platform will be B2B2C. So for example, we are facilitating farmer-to-farmer communication, as well as manufacturer to farmer and farmer to trader. So it's a 360 degree, we can say, altogether.
How much business have you done till now? How many customers? How many?
Okay, so we have onboarded around 18,800 users as of now, the actual users on the platform, and we are not tracking the physical transactions because this transaction happen offline. Because if a trader wants to buy, let's say, pomegranate or grapes, he needs to go on the field and physically verify the quantity as well as the quality of the product. So we are just facilitating both the parties, just like OLX or Quicker does.
So you've not made any.
So we are not charging any commission, or we don't have any cuts. Just we have a subscription fee for them.
And what is the current revenue? How much revenue are you?
So since December we started with a subscription fee. Earlier it was like a pilot testing for 1 year, and after that we have started with a subscription fee. We have generated a revenue of around 1 lakh rupees through it.
Somewhere you had a subscription that you showed about 365 rupees a year.
Ajay?
Yes,
they can't hear that.
One slide you showed subscription of 365 rupees a year, and then subsequently when you had a 3-year projection, you had 3 different 100, so 200, 300. So what is the difference?
Acquisition strategy that we are looking at. Year 1 will be offering at 100 rupees.
So today you are charging 365?
No, we are charging 100 rupees, a discounted amount.
Today? And you intend to go to 300 and 365 later?
And will farmer accept this amount? So we spoke with many farmers, interacted, and farmers said that we spend around 3,000 to 4,000 rupees on chewing tobacco. So they spend that much money, and if you have seen farmers in Maharashtra, they can buy Mercedes by making down payment. So that's the potential that they have.
So then you are charging too less then? No?
So yeah, this is the question that we are, and ultimately going ahead, we have a motive to make it free and charge only the traders, maybe 5,000 or 10,000 rupees for the traders only.
You mentioned you have 50% market share while you were doing the presentation.
Yeah.
How did you calculate that 50% market share?
So this is the market data that we have.
That's only the organized, you and your competitors. The bulk of the trade still happens offline.
Yeah, so the competition comparison is only for the platforms like us.
Okay, let's have one last question.
Can you just go back to the slides? The revenue and the cost.
This one?
Yeah.
This one.
No, the other one.
Yeah.
This one. So seems like you have, it's like what, 30 lakhs against the gross revenue of 99 lakhs. If you are only the providing a platform, why?
That's 3 crores.
3 crores.
Yeah, for revenue.
Expenses is 3 crores.
In year
Yes,
one.
sir. Yes, sir.
In year one.
Yeah.
Where do you spend that kind of money? If it is a platform-based, the business is mostly platform-based. Okay. So you are developing a platform, right? So why do you need that kind of money? Where do you spend that kind of money?
This is majorly for the initial getting the users on board, appointing channel partners, promotion. So this is the major cost that we are looking at. Marketing cost.
Is it a projected cost or is it you already spent?
It's projected cost. Yeah, and as well as we are having partner margin of around 50%.
But you are giving margin based on what you generate, right?
Yeah.
Not you spend. So if you generate more business, you will give more than happy.
Yeah, but to initial get traction or to get users on board, we need to have a spend measure on marketing. So that's what. And even if you see at the models of OLX or Quicker, they have started generating profits after 7 to 8 years in India. So they have spent much more before that. So that's what we are looking in rural India. And OLX or Quicker, they can't go because already they are doing matrimony, cars and each and everything. We want something specific to agriculture, and that's the reason why we are offering other services as well. So these services.
Okay, let's give a big round of applause.
Very good evening, everyone. I am Sachin Kulgots here, founder of SampleTrunk. It's a product catalog ordering app, and my mentors are Manish Bhandari and Ravi Nigam. SampleTrunk, what you mean is make your mobile number your business catalog. So what is SampleTrunk objective? So SampleTrunk is a product catalog and ordering app, as I said, for small business buyers and sellers, enabling one-to-one customized pricing and value proposition, connecting the B2B value chain and making their sales process more efficient. With primary focus on Indian businesses in sarees and textiles. I am a third generation textile entrepreneur from Belgaum, and if you see the use case there, the local manufacturer who is manufacturing in locality, he sells directly to a Marwadi there in Belgaum. Plus as well, he sells to a retailer who is in Bangalore, as well as he sells to a wholesaler who is in Bangalore. So if you look at it, why is it happening like that? Because the unorganized sector in textile is very complex, and the pricing is determined by the person's buying capacity, his payment terms, and the location where he is in. So that's how it works. And if you look at the typical business day when I was doing the wholesaling, if you see 3 to 4 hours in a day, I used to spend time answering these questions. Sachin bhai, नया item कुछ बनाया है क्या? Design WhatsApp करो. Rate, इस product का rate क्या है? This is the most often question. They ask this question, हाँ ये साड़ी का rate क्या है? ये साड़ी का rate क्या है? Hang up the call. So this is what happens. And at least I waste 2 to 3 hours in answering the phone calls. Why? Because I do not have an online catalog. There is no, and the order booking is manual. Thus, it's a very high. Most of the time is consumed in doing so. And I cannot rely on my manager or a salesperson, because each and everything, every decision is made by me, because I know what is the buying capacity of the customer. I know what is the payment terms of the customer. That's why. So to figure out, I came up with a product, SampleTrunk. So as easy as WhatsApp, because a small retailer or wholesaler, for him technology today means Facebook and WhatsApp. Anything other than this he doesn't understand, although you might be carrying a 50,000 rupees phone. And that's why we kept the design as easy as WhatsApp and quick reporting. He can just send links on WhatsApp, and the person can open the link on his WhatsApp and order it there itself, and there's a live reporting which is happening. How many people saw my sarees? What is the ordering last week? What is the ordering today? And looking at the price, what I was talking about it, if the wholesaler, if the wholesaler is saying the price, the products are same, but the price for a wholesaler will be different, the price for a retailer will be different. So the store is same, the product is same, pricing is personalized. As you go, pricing is personalized, and one more thing happens is, the most crucial is what happens is visibility. I do not want to show some products to someone. For example, if there are 2 retailers in the same lane, few products, out of 100 products what I have in my inventory, I show 50 to this retailer, the other 52 I show it to the other shop, because there should not be more competition between the retailers who are side by side. That's how the visibility plays a very, very, very important role there. And I manage all this on this. We are a subscription based platform on cloud, with an average subscription, yearly subscription ranging around 6,000 to 7,000 per year, payable semi-annually and annually. And there is no domain maintenance. All he has to do is upload his products in SampleTrunk. All the buyer needs to have is your phone number. That's why we say make your mobile number your product catalog. Currently we are operating only from Belgaum and Bangalore. Belgaum itself has 20,000 power looms sarees with around 3,000 more saree manufacturers. So, and our Bangalore being the biggest hub of wholesalers in entire world for sarees. Even most of the sarees which are manufactured in Surat, most of them are sold via Bangalore and exported from Bangalore. So we've seen, if you will not imagine, in Bangalore itself there are more than 50,000 wholesalers. And the same compared to, the next biggest wholesalers are sitting in Barazar, Kolkata. So if you look at the major markets, which are Surat, Chennai, even in Kolkata, where most of the export happens from Mumbai and Kolkata to Bangladesh, who is a major consumption of sarees, they also take all the decisions today on WhatsApp, and the communication is way too unorganized. That's why, if you look at, when I talk to my customers in Kolkata, and we are currently working with 250 users, as we recently launched this product, and we are working with 250 dealers. We are seeing that we are solving their day-to-day problems, and as we are working with them, we are seeing that there are more small problems to be solved. They do not need an entire ERP. All they need is small modules, small problems to be solved technologically. If you have about 10 million businesses in India, and the entire software market for the small businesses is capped as $2 billion market. We are confident to achieve sales of 50 lakh rupees this year, and by 2020 we target to achieve around 10 crore. And the main challenge in all doing this is onboarding of the customer as quickly as possible, because the sales works in this model, in this business, the sales works as like network marketing. A manufacturer already has 10 wholesalers. A wholesaler already has a book of 200 to 300 retailers. So as quickly we onboard this manufacturer and wholesaler, the more quickly we grow. All we need to do is have a strong support team to quick onboarding. We've also selected as we are Elevate 100 winner as one of the 100 innovative startups in Karnataka, which was organized by Government of Karnataka, receiving an award from the IT Minister in Shri Priyank Kharge in Bangalore. It's a privileged and fortunate to be a part of TiE Nurture 6. I was also a part of TiE Nurture 5. I thank all the mentors for all the value addition and the time what they have put in across. Ravi has been phenomenal, the backbone, anytime available, and Kiran literally coming down to Belgaum, supporting me and Praveen and talking to other entrepreneurs. Such is the charisma of TiE Pune Nurture mentors. So I thank you, and I'm open for questions. Thank you very much.
Why do you restriction this platform to sarees only? Why not to other casual wear, shoes?
I was expecting that question. Us question ko I was targeting Patanjali because he had a requirement. I was targeting a diamond atta wala because Sachin bhai ye acha hai, mere liye bhi chahiye. There is one Katwa cement, he is selling order, mere liye, this is exactly works for me. Doing all this, serving all these markets, we really lost our focus. And we are trying to build this for him as well, everyone. I understand this product सबके लिए fit होता है. The platform fits for everyone. But I need to start somewhere, and textile being my strength, I can, and the most of the network being known, I can grow faster, and definitely we'll move on to other things as we go forward. The focus is sarees and textile because I understand the market very well.
What's your revenue model? I mean, is this a paid app, or how do you?
Yes, this is a SaaS-based subscription model. The average price being 6,000 to 10,000 based on number of sellers they have, payable semi-annually and annually. So it's a SaaS-based model.
How are you acquiring new customers?
Can this also be used by a boutique owner in Kerala?
Yes, it can be used by anybody sitting in the world.
So what was that places you told Surat, and this is from where you source your products?
I do not source. This platform just works like WhatsApp with some added functionalities, especially.
So it's not any locality specific.
It's not locality specific. Anybody can use it from anywhere.
Okay, thanks.
One question.
Yes, you have one question.
How are you acquiring new customers on the platform?
To start with, as I explained you that this works like a network marketing model. So acquiring the initial 1,000 customers is a challenge, and it is hands on feet on street, wherein I literally have to go help them out to prepare their catalogs, do their coding, and do it feet on street. This is that's as I told you, it's challenging. But we are doing it with tying up with colleges, interns, and paying them each and paying them on as soon as they sign up. We are paying them commissions based on how we sign up. But initial 1,000 to 5,000 to 2,000 users, it's feet on street. Later on, we'll be switching it to online and things like that.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank TiE for giving us this wonderful opportunity, and all the mentors in believing us in our ideas and helping us nurture it. It was a great journey learning with you guys. Thank you. I'm Rishabh Sitoge, founder of HANDYBRO. Me and my co-founder Suraj Kumar Shah started HANDYBRO in year 2016. My co-founder Suraj himself is a chef. We started in 2016, and as the name says, we are skilled brothers. Offers multi-cuisine food cooked in your kitchen twice a day at a time of your convenience and also affordable. I did mechanical engineering, and like everyone faced, I had problems with food when I left hometown for my college. I started with my own kitchen with Suraj in year 2014 to provide home cooked food to as many friends as I can, and soon we started doing business customized meal services named Rolling Caboose. We did it for almost 2 years before we realized that it was getting boring and customers were not having full freedom to choose what they want to eat. But we wanted to solve this problem. We finally thought of pudding, and we moved to Pune. In Pune we realized that it's not just about food, it's about time. And that's the pain. We need home cooked food, but we have a busy lifestyle and both men and women are working equally outside their homes, and that's why we don't have time to cook. But so we came up with a solution, and that is, what if your kitchen, your grocery, your time, your menu, your way, and our services? That is what HANDYBRO does. We provide and manage cooks. We provide and manage cooks on monthly subscription basis for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. With a trained in-house team of cooks, we are well verified. We have a 24/7 customer support and a mobile app for better customer experience, easy operations, and security concerns. So when we say security concerns, we are planning a panic emergency button in our app for customers to alert 3 nearest HANDYBRO men to reach at the spot in least time. That is what we say, better secure. And when it's about your 3 daily meals of a day, you have options which are easily available in market, and those are like mess canteens where you compromise both quality and hygiene. With HANDYBRO, as we say that it's your ingredients and your kitchen, so we take care of it. There are tiffin services, as I have experienced it, you don't have the freedom to choose what ingredients you want in your food. So that's what we have targeted. So tiffin services have limited menu and they're fixed and restricted time of deliveries. So with HANDYBRO, it's your menu and your preferred timings. You can order online if you like few outside restaurants, but ordering really is quite expensive and unhealthy. Monthly subscriptions with HANDYBRO are affordable, and now health is in your control. आप बताइए तेल डालना है, घी डालना है, कितना डालना है, सब आप बताइए. So it will be in your control, totally in your control. You can hire maid or cooks. Yes, you can do this. But the majority of the individuals present working in this sector, I would say, they are irregular, they are not at all a cook, majority of them, and there are security concerns. We say HANDYBROs are regular, we are trained cooks and well secured. The market is really big but unorganized, and HANDYBRO has a very good opportunity of taking a big pie of this market by providing its better services. Yes, there are potential competitors like BookMyBuy, Cookwala.com, and there are a few more. But HANDYBRO has a very good advantage of having a subscription-based business model and an in-house team of cooks. You can subscribe with us by booking up your preferred time slot, and you can customize your timing and cook anytime depending on the cuisine you want to have for your breakfast, lunch and dinner every day. And there are threads like ready-to-cook packaged food, online food delivery, customized planned meal boxes. But we at HANDYBRO believe that before the potential target market tend towards these options for their regular needs, we need to prove that hiring one for your kitchen is now easier, secure, affordable, and will always be mere ghar ka khana. So with busier lifestyles, people don't have time to ensure what their kitchen needs. So grocery management is next business vertical. HANDYBRO wishes to explore and leverage technology to deliver services to our customer and increase our circumference. Currently, we are having 600 subscriptions. We are working with almost 200 households, cooking 1,000+ meals every day in their kitchen with an in-house team of 40 cooks and generating a revenue of more than 8 lakh rupees a month. And talking about the assumptions that we are taking care of, every 10 cooks is supervised by one head, and a team of 4 heads is managed by one manager. One average cook costs us around 15,000 rupees and has managed to make 27,000 rupees in the last month of March. And we have assumed that while scaling up for next 3 years projections, we will go from 90% current utilization to 70% utilization. And this is our growth graph. We have a target to reach at least 1,400 households with a team of 400 cooks in Pune by improving ourselves for next 3-4 years, until unless we can prove our solid business model before we go for pan India, I would say. So these are the figures we are looking forward to. HANDYBRO will be a complete solution for every kitchen. We believe that HANDYBRO is in need of time and will be a huge potential market. We believe that till human being exists, there will always be a big market for roti, kapda and makan. That's all. Thank you. It was a video, so I just stopped. It didn't read, but sorry. Sure.
Questions? How do you check the quality of please?
Am I asking?
Sure.
The quality, because you need continuous orders, or you need a permanent order.
So it's like till date we are on a monthly subscription basis, and we do small get-togethers for our own customers. So we are not marketing that thing right now. And when we say that we are doing monthly subscriptions, so a cook is fixed for your slot, and the head manages him. And about the quality, we train them and we supervise them regularly in like 3-4 days. And our customers have a very good, as we said, the 24 customers support. They give us feedback very frequently. Does the cook make the food? And we are into all cuisines right now. So we have different cuisines and we have a good customer base right now. And we are doing great.
You're serving the airlines cuisine?
Airline cuisines, no. So I would say currently we are into more basic for regular needs for you say. And we have a few like continental Chinese, and we are more into salads. So what kind of salads people are looking for? So we are more training people on our salads and everything right now.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any more questions? Just one question.
Hi. So there are a number of FDA regulations that one has to face.
I didn't get that, sorry.
There are regulations that one has to face when you are in the food industry.
Okay.
So in your model, do you take any kind of permissions or?
Okay, sure. So we are a service industry. So the most regulation for us it will be hygiene only. I think it will be just hygiene because we don't provide anything. It's your kitchen, your ingredients, everything is yours. We are just cooking for you. So it's just the responsibility of the taste, quality, and I think the service. So we are more into hospitality.
Okay.
Did it answer any?
Sure. Any other question? Okay, that's it. Sure. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sushil and Savita. We are from Express Maintenance Seva, two-wheeler servicing at your doorstep. My mentors, Mr. Ajay Hiraskar and Mr. Riti Deshpande. EMSeva provides two-wheeler servicing at customer doorstep through a high-tech, well-equipped mobile service van. These are the 9 brands, India's leading 9 brands which we are serving at the moment. We take this vehicle to the customer doorstep that is focused mainly on our IT parks and the residential complexes. Two-wheeler population in India is estimated of around 350 plus million. It's a very old industry in India, started in somewhere in 1956-57 with the Lambretta and the old Vespa Italian 2 models. And you recently must have gone through an article published in the Times of India. Pune's two-wheeler population has crossed the population of the city. So you can imagine the market size in Pune itself. We are estimated the market size is of 3.5 million vehicles in Pune itself. Till now we have serviced 7,000 vehicles. Started with 100 vehicles per month. Last month we have crossed 600 vehicles in a month. The revenue from 50,000 we have reached up to 5 lakh rupees. How we could do this? Basically a customer confidence. It takes a long time for us to build a confidence in the customer's mind, idea validation. But now yes, with the 2 of our vans we are scaling up now. And we have a fixed periodic schedule at every location what we are serving right now. These are the few of the locations, IT parks in Pune. This complex itself, ICC Trade Tower, is one of our prime location. ICC Trade Tower, Tech Tower, Pancheshwar Tech Park, Business Bay, Radius Tech Park, World Trade Center, again a very highly venue. Pancheshwar Tech Park 1, Business at Mantri and Wakefield. Recently we added Wakefield IT Park, WLS with us. These are the few alliances, properties what we are covering. Pancheshwar is one of the largest customers. We are serving about 8 properties there. Then these are some of the clients, BMC, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, Vodafone, Persistent. Recently, as I said, added WNS. Post idea validation, now we are ready to scale up. How to scale up? We identified that the franchisee is the most convenient model for us to scale up in a very near future. Pune is a very large market, so we have started with the Pune and will focus at least for next 1 year on the Pune. Other identified markets are which are highly have a potential of IT customers, that is Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Gurgaon and Mumbai also. But we will be focusing mainly on Pune to start with and penetrate this market like anything. And I expect, as I said, we will be expanding under the franchisee model. we have developed a automatic mobile washing unit, which is the prototype is ready and will be launching maybe in the next 3 months span. The other revenue model stream could be co-branding of the other allied industries of spare parts, lubes, insurance companies and all. In a future plan, we are planning to tie up with bike manufacturers like Honda, Hero, Bajaj and all. They are expecting a customer, like in a free service under warranty, they are expecting over 90% turnaround of people, which is less than 70%. The only reason is inconvenience. We are providing convenience to the customers with this service, and we are planning, we have already started discussion with them, Honda and Hero, both of them, and principally they have agreed that in a maybe near future, they will be appointing us as a mobile service dealer, which will be providing service at the customer doorstep. At the same time, there is a huge potential for the high-end bikes. India is again growing market for the high-end bikes, foreign brands, and we will be focusing on that in a very near future. We are happy to share with that we have been selected in a Mass Challenge Accelerator program in Israel. There were 500 applications across the world and 50 has been selected. EMSeva is one of them, and I will be in Israel for 3.5 months for this long accelerator program. Thank you, TiE, my mentees and my mentors.
Did you talk about your revenue projections and profitability and growth?
No, we are not working. We are not presented over here. Basically, we want to present our business idea over here and the future expansion plan. Because right now we are providing this service through our company. And now maybe in 3 months or 6 months down the line, will be mainly through the franchisee model. So that we need to do a lot of working on it. So our franchisee model is under development right now, and it will be ready by end of May also. And the first week of June, we'll be launching our first franchisee.
Do you have experience in developing a franchisee model yourself?
We assigned an agency for that. For designing the model.
Okay.
Are you only doing preventive scheduled maintenance, or are you also doing actual repairs and interventions?
No, I didn't, sorry.
Are you doing only preventive and scheduled maintenance, or are you also doing
all types of maintenance, all types of.
But repairs also.
Repairs also, of course.
So a customer would call you and say, I have this problem with my bike.
Yes. We have started with this mobile service van. Now we are catering to the individual customers also through sending a mechanic at their doorstep. And we have a workshop in Pashan for the major works.
The USP of this business model is we are having camps in this business parks and IT parks for a tenure of say 5 days. So it's more on a activity basis in a campus rather than an on-call basis.
So mechanics are your one of the assets, right? So after signing it to the franchisee, how you are going to maintain quality of those mechanics?
Basically, who will be our franchisee? The mechanics itself will going to be the franchisee.
Mechanics
and
itself. Okay.
The quality control, like we are designing the model for that, for the quality control. I think every company has a network of dealers, and they control the quality of the vehicles, repairing. So when we finalize the franchisee, the basic criteria will be his experience and his reputation into the market. Not that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, good evening everybody. My name is Minal. I am here with my co-founder Akshay, and we represent Green Salute Waterless Car Care. Let me quickly tell you a small story about how Green Salute happened. So me and Akshay, we both come from a very small town in Vidarbha, where water was always a very scarce commodity, and our early childhood has only taught us the importance of water. Fast forwarding my life a little bit, I could pursue my engineering and was in employment for almost 14 years plus, doing international market development and product development for various companies. And during one of my stints in the US, I witnessed waterless car cleaning, and the idea was kind of stuck in my mind in 2011-12. When I came back, I threw the idea to Akshay, and we were like very excited to do something about it and bring it here in India. We did a lot of, we started doing some ground research and validations, and very harsh figures came to our view. We realized that almost 160 billion liters of water is getting wasted on car cleaning in India, which can serve almost 25% population of Indian population with drinking water requirement. On top of it, there was a huge gap in the car care and car cleaning industry in India, which we identified. And after a lot of trial and error on the product and market front, we started the company in 2016 February. Now we will show you a small video which will help you understand what exactly Green Salute does.
Good evening, friends. I'm Akshay and I co-found Green Salute with Vinod. So, I'm a hotel management graduate. I've done my hotel management from Pune University, and I was the first one in my family to take a plunge into entrepreneurship. So, 8 years back, I started with a couple of ventures in food and beverage business, food and beverage industry, and recently, 3 years back, we started Green Salute. A huge thanks to our mentors, Ms. Jailam Chaubal, Director K3 Tours, and Mr. Praveen Alwani, Managing Partner, SA Global Advisors. Thank you, sir. Our mission statement: Green Salute is a car care company, wants to organize the car care ecosystem of India by delivering waterless car cleaning at your doorstep at affordable pricing using technology. Green Salute would like to scale pan-India and impact thousands of lives by giving a business opportunity through waterless car care, thus creating a respectable livelihood for all the stakeholders in the business. The car care, car cleaning industry of India is an estimated $2.3 billion US, with no single company controlling the large portion of this highly unorganized and fragmented industry. Current car cleaning ecosystem in India, the car owners largely have broadly 3 options to clean their cars. One is the local cleaners that we always experience, coming under our buildings, utilizing our water, and have no expertise as such to get the cars clean. But we do not have a perfect option also for that. The other 2 options are the hose cleaners, the high pressure hose cleaners that we find in almost all the localities, plus the high end car spas like the 3Ms and the Bosch recently we spot. The car cleaning industry has a terrible user experience, as we all know. If we want to redefine the car cleaning industry and the customer expectations by being a doorstep affordable car cleaning company. So if we want to rate ourselves on the certain parameters of being professional, is the car getting damaged, are we doorstep, are we wasting water, most importantly, being affordable, interior cleaning, that is our forte, and most importantly, in a price sensitive market like India, are we perfectly economical for the car owners. These are a few photographs of the service, the actual photograph that we do. The results, as you can see, with not a single drop of water at the bottom. I'll now request Ninad to take it over, please.
Green Salute has validated this gap with very strong numbers. We are absolutely bootstrapped company at the moment and operationally breaking even right from the month 1. In the first year of our operations, which is in 2016-17, we have delivered almost 11,000 sessions, saved 5 lakh liters of water for all of us, clocking a turnover of 16 lakhs. In last fiscal year, in 2017 and 18, we delivered almost more than 27,000 waterless car cleaning sessions, saved almost 12.5 lakh liters of water, and turned around 58 lakhs in revenues. We also have, in last 6 months, we have 6 franchises in Pune and 1 master franchisee in Ahmedabad now. Let's talk about the business model. The business model is very simple. We have divided each city into small units, which would be operated by these franchisees, and we would deliver on-call, on-demand service through these franchisees in that particular unit or in that particular area. So franchisees becomes our business distribution channel, and the business would be on-call, on-demand car care. So let's talk about the franchise model now. The franchisee per unit will have to invest almost 7 lakh rupees into the business. The breakup is as given here, where 2 lakh would be the franchise fees, 50,000 rupees for the app. So total, including the GST and all, he would be invest somewhere close to 7 lakhs. He can turn a revenue of easily a revenue of 50,000 rupees per month, considering 28 days, 350 rupees average ticket size. And if he delivers 4 to 5 sessions every day, which is absolutely possible, and our franchises are doing it in less than 4 months, 5 months, they can churn 49,000 rupees. Their monthly expense is only the salary of the cleaner, which is 10,000 rupees, some miscellaneous cost, and 25% royalty to Green Salute. And he would be doing some profits of almost 23,000 rupees every month per cleaner, which is very important. And he could break even on the investment that he has done with us in 20 months. We are projecting to grow to 100 franchises in next 3 years, and these are some numbers. So this year we are targeting 15 franchises from here on. In 2019-20, 40 and then 100. Some operating costs for Green Salute. Green Salute revenues coming at 25% revenue share would be 20 lakhs in the first year. It would be 1 crore 26 lakhs in the second year and 3 crores in the third. Franchise fees would be in this range. We would be profitable in the year 2, which could be evidently seen. And of course, in order to execute this model to grow to 100 franchises, we are going to need a strong base, a very strong infrastructure, and strong processes, for which we are raising $150,000. And it would be mostly distributed or focused towards marketing, technology, operations and growth. Thank you so much. Green Salute will leave you not only with a clean car but a clean conscience. Thank you.
Questions?
Could you go back to your revenue slide?
Yes, sir. This one?
Yeah. So, are you saying your profit before tax in your third year?
Yes.
Is 14 lakhs?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And that's after 100 franchises?
Yes.
Okay. So why would you want to be in this business?
I think after that the whole idea is to grow to 100 crores in revenues in next 2 years, and that is where we are targeting. It is also about another model which we want to bring in, where we will need a good distribution channel of these franchises, and which we want to create quickly.
I think the math is wrong. You know, I think that, if it is 1.4 crores and not 2 lakhs. Yeah. I think the math is wrong.
It's in lakhs. All figures in lakhs, right?
All figures in lakhs.
I know, but
it's 14 lakhs.
Your total revenue is 477.
Yeah.
And your total cost is 325.
Yes.
No, even that is revenue.
But the cost is 325.
Yeah. So if your revenue is 477 and a cost of 325, you are making more money.
Yes.
I know Gaurav's feeling much easier than you are.
Just a zero here or there, right?
Yeah, here's a question.
Yes.
Are you providing convenience to the customer, or are you basically targeting the eco-conscious thing? I'm getting a little confused as to what is the ultimate objective. Do I call you because I need a car cleaned economically, or do I call you if I want to save water and be good to the environment?
Both.
I mean,
see,
if I have to choose one of the two, then which one?
Sir, see what happens.
I mean, suppose I'm a guy who is irresponsible and I care two hoots about the environment. Would I still call you? I mean, does it still make sense for me to call you?
Yes, of course.
So, when we started the company, we did a strong validation drive when we met a lot of car owners and inquired about what is the major issue. Water, of course, was a big problem. But then the bigger problem people were facing was their car was not getting cleaned or maintained at any interface that they were doing.
If you go to your first slide, the comparison between different options, you have the hose-based guys at about the same price as you.
Can I see? This is.
He's answering a question.
No, what I'm asking is, why don't you raise a big round and scale it up significantly, like a $5 or $10 million round, do nationwide, because I'm sure once the awareness is there, people will use it rather than going small steps.
Yes, that is absolutely possible.
So the reason we completely run out of time because I think you guys succeeded on the presentation as well. So now let's give them a big round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kat, and this here is my business partner, Stephen. We set up our business together over 20 years ago. Originally from an architectural background, we started one of the first 3D production companies in the UK focusing on the construction sector. We brought innovative technology and property marketing to create computer-generated imagery and short films that help market more than 3,000 property projects worldwide. With our combined experience and knowledge, we have recently pivoted from a content generation company to a software systems company. And we're going to change the way property is being sold. Today, the modern consumer journey involves far more research and exploration of products and their options online before the consumer is ready to buy. Many brands across different industries have embraced this change in behaviour and offer their customers increasing levels of engagement, information and choice online. The car industry has been offering this kind of customisation for quite some time, and you can also customise your baby's buggy or your new set of sunglasses. Yet, this experience is not available for property. Surely, for one of the biggest buying decisions of your life, you would expect a similar level of engagement, information and choice. Well, I'm pleased to tell you that you can. Our Pixel sales platform is a cloud-based software as a service. Property developers can deploy this software to engage, inform and offer choice to their home buyer. The platform is not just one application, but a collection of systems addressing key aspects along the home buyer's journey. Using our home selector, buyers can easily explore the properties available online. They can see the detail of the house of the apartment. They can view floor plans in a way that is easy to understand. You can even see what the view is going to be like from your living room window. With this system, you can sort, search, view, compare, and save your shortlisted properties like never before. Our virtual visits allow you to view any of these properties virtually. You can look around the house, stand in the kitchen, the bedroom, or the living room. You can see it furnished or unfurnished, you can see where you can choose options and upgrade. All of this without stepping a foot on the building site. And like the car customizers, you can take your time choosing the options available throughout your house, using our finishes selectors. Select and view the different combinations of flooring, tiling, cabinets, kitchen worktops, and even the paintwork. With this online system, you can see, select and pick your upgrades whilst keeping track of your budget, making your home unique. Our opportunity is to combine our systems and expand our platform to form the next generation property portal. This next generation property portal will allow buyers to search, view, understand and compare properties across developments and developers. This type of experience and engagement is currently not available anywhere else in the market. In addition to helping buyers find and customize their perfect new home, we will be one of the first portals where you'll be able to reserve your new home online from anywhere in the world at any time. We are currently representing over more than 2,500 properties in the United Kingdom, or rather in Scotland, on our home selector system, which works out about 10% of the Scottish market. We showcase in the region of 100 kitchen, bathroom and bedroom variations across our finishes selector system. And we have over 50 house and development virtual tours as part of our virtual visits. Our company is growing at 180% per year. On our property portal, based on a current business model, we estimate that we can generate a revenue of in excess of £500 per property. When we look at the whole UK market, and Irish combined, over 300,000 new homes are built each year. That gives us a total addressable market of £150 million year on year. If we adopt some of the existing property portal revenue streams, we can see those profit margins grow exponentially. Now, we believe that people across the world should have a similar experience when buying new property. And looking at the number of properties built globally, our addressable market could top £1 billion per year. We are a bootstrapped and self-funded company. Building on our successes, we will achieve market dominance in the UK within 3 years. With funding, we can grow an increased global presence much faster and more securely in the same time period. In conclusion, we think the property market is ready for disruption, and we believe that we can change and improve how property is being sold, similar to how Amazon has changed the retail market. Our systems will make the process more profitable, transparent and efficient for the developer, and more engaging, informative and rewarding for the buyer. We believe we will be the property portal of choice. After all, why would anyone want to be less informed when making the biggest buying decision of their life? Thank you very much.
Questions? Wait.
So do you have projects listed here in India? Sorry? Property developers projects are listed on your platform from India?
Not at the moment. Do you want to take that one?
Not at the moment. Since RERA and demonetization, the property industry over here has taken a bit of a downturn. We've done 250, 300 projects in the last 10 years here in India. So we have a good knowledge of the market and plan to bring this platform to India as soon as it's just bedded into the UK and the revenue streams are on track. So hopefully within a year or so it'll be available here in India too.
So how much do you charge the developers and based on what parameters?
It's based on a unit type. So developers build the same house many times and we charge £500, 50,000 rupees or thereabouts per unit type. So it depends on how many types they have on the site. If there's only 4, well, it's only 4 times out of 50.
So in order to create your database, do you need to have a large team that actually visits the site and takes all the pictures and videos and...
Our speciality is in new build, so this is off plan, not second-hand properties. So all the information is available to us. But one of the big aspects of this is there's no other way of getting that information but to get a computer graphic company like ourselves to generate some images. We're going a lot further than that. We're giving you the experience of what it'd be like to walk into it as if it's already built. And that difference, we think we can grow the new build market to almost half the size of the second-hand market.
It's all digitally generated content.
Sounds like you know exactly what needs to be done. What brings you to TiE Pune?
Well, good question. Actually, before TiE Mentors, the mentoring session, we had bits of the platform, and we were kind of pivoting, and the pivoting is not sure whether or not it's pivoted or not. What TiE helps us do is understand the potential in the company, and with the mentors help us try and focus that down and going, okay, look, this is the potential here, this is what you need to be doing. And giving us the confidence to work through that business model, which is why we're standing here today, because it's the platform which we're here about, not the stuff we did before.
You comment on the kind of funding you're looking at, and what's the customer acquisition you have today from this platform?
Currently, I'll start with customer acquisition. Currently, we have £650 million worth of property represented on the platform. So it's 5,500 crore, a lot, which represents that 10% of the market. This is through almost like a dial-in. People who have seen us, read some articles, and they've come to us. We have an approach to the market where we have an option where developers can sign up, and they pay for the content after the property is sold too. So that lowers the barrier of entry for the developers who are always a bit strapped for cash at the beginning of the projects. So it's almost like we're taking an investment stake in each project if we go down that funding route. That's a much easier to fund route for us. To look at the UK market, to finish, what we've done, we've built all the systems. What we're doing now is building the systems that build the systems, right? It allows us to scale. Now we're looking at finishing up those systems, which would be about a £400,000–500,000 mark and that'll work globally. And then depending on whether or not it's to go into the US, the Indian market, the Australian, or whichever market, will depend on the kind of investment we're looking at that point. But to go global, it would need like some pretty deep pockets because you want to be present all around, all at once.
Is this technology patented?
It's a very difficult thing to patent technology because some countries allow you to patent it, some countries don't. In the UK, you can't patent it. You can copyright it, and it is copyrighted. So in that regard, yes, we do have value in it, and we do have protection. Intellectual property rights are protected in that. And India's doing great strides into making sure that those are protected here by other companies as well. So I think we feel fairly comfortable. What we've learned in this month of time is the best protection you can get is get it out to the market as quickly as possible and dominate the market.
Okay. We wish you good luck in India.
Thanks.
My name is Manoj, and I am one of the co-founder of myNalanda. And here is Dr. Manisha, my co-founder with me. She'll be joining us for the Q&A. And we are into school education analytics. Let me share some specifics with you. Apart from the paper leaks and managing the admissions, school faces major challenges in the teachers regarding getting the good teachers, retaining and grooming them, and getting the quality of teaching done by them. And this is when, at the cost, when they are spending 70% of their operational expenses on the teacher's salary every year. And as we all know, that best of the talent is not available for the teaching profession. And at the same time, we see from the reports from the authentic sources, which are available in the public domain, that only 17% of our graduates are employable. Clearly, this problem needs to be solved. But only when our teachers improve the quality of teaching. However, to address these challenges, school management needs certain intelligence mainly at the performance of the teachers, skill level of the teachers, the budgetary aspects, process aspects, but currently in the school education system, this intelligence is missing. And that is the opportunity myNalanda is tapping. What we do, we provide skill-based teacher appraisal system to the schools using data analytics technology to deliver actionable intelligence on each and every teacher and strategic intelligence at the school level. How do we do this? It's fairly a structured three-step process. The first step is where we collect the scientific data on 18 core teaching skills from various different stakeholders using 3 major methods of data collection such as feedback, taste, and one-to-one interactions. This scientific data is then used by our data analytics model, and it gives us the trend and recommendations which we share to our customers in the form of reports and consultation. As you can see from the next slide, that we have some of the prestigious names in the school education associated with us as in paying customers. And if you can see, another aspect of this slide is that these are the English medium private schools in the major metro cities in India, which are our current focus. To deliver this service, we have our management team, myself Manoj and Dr. Manisha. We both have more than 16 years of experience in corporates. My major role had been into the techno-commercial roles, and my experience ranges from the big corporates like IBM and EMC data storage to the mid-sized companies and startups. Dr. Manisha had been managing the research and R&D teams in the companies like GE and NLC Nalco, and she has 17 international patents to her credit. Rest of our team constitutes data analyst, statistician, programmer, marketer, and we are backed by the group of psychologists and learning difficulty specialists with whom we engage project by project basis. And with our recent automation, we could squeeze the time of analysis by 75%, which means that with our current team size, we can do much more in much less. Not only this, we have brands like Campion School in Mumbai associated with us as a repeat customers. Recently, they have signed a contract with us for the 3rd consecutive year. Apart from this, we enjoy certain advantages over our competitors. Our competitors are measuring the teacher performance based on age, experience and qualification, subject matter expertise, and certain process compliances. We do that. But our major differentiator is analyzing the teachers on core 18 teaching skills, and that is our biggest differentiator. And this is backed by the 2 years of extensive research which we have protected by the IP rights. Our current customers, we are engaging with them on a continual basis to improve our services. So they are acting with us as a partner, and this puts us in a very good situation as compared to our competitors. With the current cities that we are targeting, with a conservative estimate, we can say that the aptitude and the attitude the schools have who would buy our kind of services are pegged at 8,000 schools. And with 50 schools in each school, 50 teachers in each school, we can imagine the market that we have. With our last year revenue, we are targeting 1 CR target this financial year and 3 CR for the next financial year. If we get a funding of 1 CR now, we can achieve or we can target 7.5 CR of revenue by the end of 2nd financial year. This funding we are distributing, we are planning to distribute 60% into sales and marketing and 40% into research and operations. With this thought clarity in mind, I would like to take this opportunity to thank TiE and my TiE mentors, Advait, Sunil, Ravi, Kiran, Ajay and Vishwas, who timely critiqued us and helped us to seek the answers for the right questions, and in short, helped us to cut through the maze, build the simplicity and thought clarity. I would like to leave my presentation with a thought that today we cannot equate education with the skills, and we are the company who is changing that equation for better. Thank you very much.
Any questions? Yeah. Okay.
So I saw the number. You said for the first year, 1 crore revenue, you will cover 1,000 teachers.
Yes.
That amounts to a cost of 10,000 rupees per teacher.
Yes.
Are the schools willing to pay that kind of
They are
price?
currently paying, sir.
Sorry?
They are currently paying.
10,000 rupees per teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is here.
Hi. If you look at the latest ERP systems,
yes,
one of the major focus is on the quality of teachers.
Okay.
And your system is exclusively focusing on the same element. So how it is different from the general ERPs that are available in the market?
ERP is solving a problem of connecting different departments and letting them talk to each other and building the fluidity in the communication of the school system. However, even the best of the best schools in India today are measuring the teacher performance based on very rudimentary things like are they completing the syllabus on time, are they going to classes on time, their age, experience, qualification, and certain process checks that are pertaining specific to the school and their subject matter expertise. This is not sufficient, and we can see that because only 17% of our graduates are employable, which means that the skills that are required to be developed in the schooling systems are not being developed. And this is our experience that the skills that are required to be measured versus the salary a teacher is getting, those are not matching. And what we are bringing out the transparency or insights into what teacher is bringing to the table versus the salary that they are getting.
Thank you.
Yeah, here's one question.
Yes,
sir.
The real value will come into the point he was also making, whether the schools will pay the money or not. Real value will come if there is something called like myNalanda score for a school. And you can start saying that in my school, the myNalanda score is X, better than somebody else's. Then the schools will pay. So do you actually do you currently do something like this, or do you have plans to do something like this going forward? But that's the only way you can get the schools to ultimately pay and scale up, right?
Right, sir. I mean, this is a great idea, and it requires certain amount of critical mass of data to be available so we can actually benchmark it to certain level. So that is something that we are planning to do down the line.
One last question.
As an employer, I think colleges need this more than schools. Is there some reason you are not targeting that market? Because that's directly sellable market, more than schools.
Okay.
Because colleges are already finding it difficult to catch students.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Harshad Bhagwat and this is Sandeep Khode and we are the founders of WordsMaya. Do you know that 67% of Indian graduates fail to speak English required for any job and 3% can speak good enough for jobs like software development and sales. The result, they get rejected in interviews. 73% of them are called as unemployable. Teaching them English, these college students itself is $1 billion opportunity in India alone. We have 3.5 crore students studying in 800 universities and 40,000 colleges in India alone. The real problem of these college students is that they can comprehend English, but when it comes to communicating in spoken and written form, they lack that confidence. They know they have a problem, they look for solutions, but current solutions are frustrating. They are of very poor quality and they are not convenient at all. This is a generation which spends 3 hours every day on social media. So we are teaching them communication English on Facebook Messenger itself. They chat with WordsMaya chatbot on Facebook Messenger. They get audio-visual messages and quizzes. They are pre-recorded, automated, but they feel like a teacher is chatting with them at their convenience. So we are bringing quality, high-quality content at convenience. but they need to practice the communication with real people. So they can go to workshops which are happening in their college itself or purely online. So we have nicely blended the quality and convenience and confidence building, which is the need of this market. The current solutions, the mobile apps, do not solve this communication problem at all. The spoken English classes still end up teaching grammar in an old-fashioned way. So these solutions haven't understood the pulse of this customer. There are good trainers which are available, which are providing services online or in colleges, but they are individual trainers, so they cannot solve this massive problem at scale. So in that respect, WordsMaya has a clearly defined and differentiated value proposition. We have a well-rounded team. I have 7 years of experience turning ideas to business at Tata Research Development Center. Sandeep has 8 years of experience developing software products at companies like Siemens PLM. And Shilpa has 20 years of experience training 65,000 students. And we have been working together on this concept for more than 2 years. We have 11 courses already developed and whole framework around Facebook Messenger chatbot, the backend and the database. We validated this model on over 2,500 paid students, which we got through 7 colleges. Interesting thing, because of this blended approach, we have completion rate as high as 70%, which is like unparalleled in online education world. And 3 out of 5 students improve their level by 1 grade during this course itself. We have been awarded several times in startup competitions. We have been recognized by largest skill development institute in India. We have been mentioned by media multiple times. Just 2 weeks back, we were awarded in the Smart 50 Solutions which will transform India by Department of Science Technology and IIM Calcutta. And they are going to support us now to scale this further in other states of India. Our courses are working well and they are creating positive feedback. This is a testimonial we have got from none other than Vice Chancellor and Registrar of Pune University. Mind you, Pune University is the second largest in India with 800 colleges and 7 lakh students, and we have now an association with them. We believe that this is a game changer and this is the opportunity for us. They have recommended WordsMaya several times in events in last 6 months to its affiliate colleges, and we already have good relations with 50 of them. So this financial year we are going to grow 10x. We'll end this financial year with 25,000 students and in 40 colleges earning 1.5 crore revenue. And we are already on track. This is a peak sales time for us and we are closing colleges every day. And we believe we have found a winning strategy to crack this market we've been working on for more than 2 years. The university, like Pune University, acts like influencer, and it gives us, association gives us credibility in the eyes of students. The college essentially is acting as a partner. It's a hassle-free adoption because of the blended model. The impact on academics is very small, and we employ B2B2C approach. We get paid most of the time from the students itself. So college, it's like very easy adoption for them. And because of college, we get a conversion ratio of students as 25% in 2 colleges we so far. And college gives us volume, 3,000 students at one go and higher conversion. For the students, these courses are affordable and convenient because our college we are using as a partner as well as we are using college infrastructure. And we have mapped our courses to each year of graduation and post-graduation. So we have a lifetime of every student over 3 to 5 years, and our lifetime value of every student is about 8,000 rupees. And what we have seen is that these students talk about us in their friends and family, which are all across India. So we are getting a lot of retail students from this word of mouth itself, and which we are serving online. So this strategy itself, we are getting enough number of students going through colleges. We believe that this strategy alone can win us and take us to 30 crore revenue in just 3 years. We will obviously it's an offline sales model, so we will grow geographically from Pune and 3 districts around Pune which are affiliated to Pune University, then Western Maharashtra combining other 2 big universities in Maharashtra, and then other states. We are focusing on gross margin very well. Currently it is at 40% because of high trainer dependence, and now we are already piloting new technology and standardizations to take it to 60%. We'll be EBITDA positive just next year. We are looking to close our first angel round in just next 3 months so that we can put more firepower in sales and marketing and upgrade our products, which is ready for such high volume of 2.5 lakh students in just 2 years. This clarity of this strategy wouldn't have been possible without generous help from our mentors, Ajit Patil and Vandana Saxena. We have had 15 meetings, long meetings, apart from many telephonic conversations and email conversations. They truly believed in our vision of empowering students with such a simple idea, teaching them our chatting platform. We'll be teaching about 5 lakh students in next 3 years. So the next time when you see such a scene on the side of the road, you can safely assume that they're improving their English with WordsMaya. Thank you.
This is, I think, your second year in TiE Nurture.
Yes.
Do you recall
what revenue you had projected last year for your revenue for this year?
For this year?
Yeah.
No, I don't recall.
You should recall that.
Good answer.
I'm sure it was a lot more than 15 lakhs what you achieved.
Yes.
Now, you have won a huge number of awards in the last year, and one sees that visibility.
Yes.
Do you think you're making the blunder of running after awards rather than running after your business?
No, okay, so
that is my concern also, by the way.
yes, I think you mentioned that. I think we got awards in just last 3-4 months. Actually, it is helping us sail faster because we are a startup. So Pune University Association is happening now, but earlier it was very difficult. So we used to show even TiE mentors as our mentors and all that. So these awards do help us. We get some money as well, and especially with IIM Calcutta, they are asking us how we can expand in West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. So
you said somewhere 8,000 rupees per student.
Yeah, so over those 3 years, 3 to 5 years lifetime of in the college.
But you said that you've got 2,500 students, 15 lakh revenue. That
Yes.
translates into 200 rupees.
No, more than that. About 600.
Pardon?
About 600 rupees.
So how does that 600 and 8,000? I don't quite understand it.
Yeah, so we have various things. One is like as simple as assessment and English club, which starts from 100 rupee per student. So see, in a college, we have to, be everywhere in the college. So we try to do more activities, which are again blended approach, which are again English. So as I put this, it starts from 100 rupee, as low as 100 rupee to 800, so 8,000 rupees.
Over 5 years.
So on average, we will have less.
So I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
Is it on? No. Okay.
So is Facebook your only delivery medium at the moment?
Yes, at the moment actually. So it's a strategic call actually. So
Do you see that as a risk with the current Facebook situation?
Not really. I mean, not our students do not worry about it, but and it is working very well. See, right now our focus is not to develop our own app, spend money in it. Actually, in part more into sales and marketing, and especially with students, and we don't have the brand. Like with just one click, they get onboarded. All the students have Facebook Messenger, so it actually is working in our favor. But in our future roadmap, we have the own app because the scale we cannot do it with Facebook Messenger. I mean, we'll need more features.
So in terms of scaling, are you currently doing as a one-on-one training, or is it using some sort of AI or?
Yeah, so in the blended approach, see the left part, I mean the Facebook Messenger part is completely automated, and we are incorporating AI so that it becomes like a game, and we can check their pronunciation.
There is no human on the other end.
No, not on Facebook Messenger. Only the workshops is where the humans are.
You have one last question, yeah.
Yeah, so I have a reverse question what was asked to the previous presenter. Normally the students who take your courses would have learned their schooling in vernacular language, right? That's why they do. So why don't you target the school segment where the schools are completely, this school, I mean, you will get the 100% market there.
Yeah, I mean, like, so in India, these are the market segments. So K-12 is also 1/3 of the market. We are in the English for employability, so adult education. So people who believe that English will give me job, or they struggle in interviews and all that. So we are specifically targeting that. Every segment will be a challenge because we have to develop new content, the trainers, the sales marketing strategy. So we'll be focusing on college students. It's been working very well.
Do you have a product roadmap for this?
Yes.
Okay. No, that's fine. Take it offline.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Definitely, Arshad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I am Aditya Cerulean. This is Sahil Sharma. And together we co-founded GigIndia while we were still in college. Today we are India's largest student workforce. Currently, our workforce consists of over 200,000 students from 1,500 colleges across 100 plus cities all across India. So, what we do is we connect companies like Paytm, Uber, Xiaomi, ShareIt to outsource gigs to our student workforce. Now, the dictionary meaning of a gig is a temporary task or job. In the context of GigIndia, it is a small unit of work which can be outsourced to either one student or thousands of students at the same time. For example, Paytm is currently using our workforce to onboard colleges across Pune to allow Paytm as a way to pay fees. So, as a student of GigIndia, I have to go to the college, convince the principal to have a meeting with the Paytm team. If that goes through, I get 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. Right? When it comes to India's largest content platforms, apps like Daily Hunt, Live, or even the Viral Fever TVF, they are using our workforce to generate content and distribute content. This could be as simple as a 1-minute video, going live for 1 hour, or even creating simple blog posts or content. Now, when it comes to apps like Uber or Xiaomi, they're using our workforce to launch campaigns and build communities in colleges across India. When it comes to mobile apps like PhonePe or ShareIt, they're using our workforce of influencers to create viral app promotion campaigns at any given moment. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Already we're working with about 35 different companies to outsource some small unit of work, which could be of different variety, to our workforce of about 200,000 students. So the market that we are in is actually very, very big. Now, to give you a basic example, back in 2016, India already had the highest number of college-going students in the world. Now, imagine this. For the next 10 years, 1 million students, 1 million Indians will be turning 18 years of age every single month. So, not only is the market already huge, every single month, 1 million new students are entering our a target bracket. Now, when it comes to the gig economy, although it's at a national stage right now, globally it is already estimated to be about a 1.5 trillion US dollar market. Out of that, about 15 million are estimated to be Indian freelancers and gig workers. Now, talking about the current competitors, we have about 4 direct competitors, including Avigna and Fra. These are the 2 major competitors who have about 50,000 and 100,000 users respectively. Now, in terms of foreign markets, there have been several cases where businesses similar to us have been executed, have been able to raise tons of money, get acquired, or even IPO'd successfully. For example, in China, a company called KDJZ or Pocket Part-Time was valued at 100 million US dollars 2 years ago. In USA, the company called Wiggle was able to raise a Series A round before being acquired by a huge player called Pork.com. In Japan, Crowdworks is a company which was able to successfully IPO 2 years ago. So, in terms of existing business in foreign markets, we have loads of examples where we can learn from and draw insights from. Now, when we joined Virtual, we were fresh out of college. And through the last few months, we have been able to identify certain challenges, issues in our own model, and we've been able to figure out solutions and workarounds through them. As we have refined them, in the last 3 months, the results have really started to show. Now, to give a brief understanding of this, in January, in fact, before we joined Virtual, we had about 20,000 users, barely anything. In January, we had about 50,000 users. In February, 100,000. By end of March, we were at 200,000 users. And at this current growth rate, we will be hitting 1 million by the end of this year. But based on the growth that we are expecting, we are very confident of hitting 2 million before the end of this year. Now, when it comes to the gig applications, so we've actually been able to get sort of a hockey stick growth in terms of the number of people performing gigs on our platform. So if you see towards March, the number really skyrockets. And along with that, our revenue has been consistently growing, and we've been able to achieve 2x growth in the month of March. Now, monetization has been a core part of our business model right from the start. So we have 2 simple revenue streams. we charge the students who are performing gigs a premium model. So anyone is free to perform the gigs, but to get certain premium benefits, you have to pay for it. So it's a subscription model. But the majority of the revenue comes from the commission model, wherein we charge the company for every single gig which is performed successfully. So currently around 80% of the revenue comes from the commission model, but as we scale, the subscription model also has tremendous potential for generating a lot of revenue. So where are we today? We are present, we are users across 100 plus cities, 1500 colleges. We are working with 35 different companies, top brands of India. We have 200,000 users already, about 400,000 gig applications, and over the last year we have crossed 75 lakhs in revenue. So out of all the different companies which we have worked with, about 60% come back to us for another gig. So that is again something which we are focusing on, signing up top companies with a lot of recurring business potential. So we have been able to close our seed round of funding from prominent investors across China and Japan. So currently we are a team of 17 full-time people working on this, along with, so we have been mentored by Kiran Deshpande and Mr. Ravi Nigam. And currently we are in the process of raising our Series A round of funding. So we're raising about $2 million over the next 6 months. So this is what we're planning to raise over and close in the next 6 months. Now I would like to close with this. About 2 months ago, we had our college graduation. That was our actual graduation day. But I think 200,000 users, 35 companies, several mentoring sessions later, I think today is our actual graduation day in a more truer sense. So thank you. Thank you.
Questions?
The 75 lakh revenue that you talked about, that's the total value of transactions done on your system, or that's what you make in commissions and subscriptions?
That includes the payment done to the students as well. So it includes the transactions. So it is not just what we make.
That's your revenue, right? That's not the value. That's the value of the gigs. That's the value of the gigs. That's the value of the total.
What's your revenue?
What's your revenue?
That's his revenue.
So that is the revenue that we get in. Based on that, we make payouts to the students at a lower rate.
So how much do you keep? Is there a percentage?
So it depends on the ticket size of the gig. If the ticket size of the gig exceeds 200 to 300 rupees, we charge around 20%. But if the ticket size is very small, like 10 to 50 rupees, then we charge 50%.
So the gig pays, the company pays you, right?
Yes.
So that's the top line.
So 75 lakhs is what you receive from the company.
75 lakhs is GM.
That is what we receive from the company.
It pays the student, that is cost.
That is what we receive from the
So if he
company.
gets a commission, that's different.
Yeah.
So he gets a top line and then he pays the, that's what he does.
But think about it this way, it is the revenue of just the last 2 months. So everything that you're seeing is not like an annual fee. Right. 75 lakhs.
See, this is it.
I'm just trying to figure out how he's measuring.
Yeah.
So we have had discussions, so you have to see, how you do it. If you get it from here, pay. That difference versus, I think the trick here is the volume.
How much of that is commission though? He also has a commission model, right?
Around 80% is through commission.
And rest is, and how much is the subscription? How much money you charge for subscribing?
So it depends on the amount of time you subscribe for. It starts at 150 rupees per month.
Okay, I don't think so there are any more questions, so let's move on.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Nitin Vishwas and I'm the co-founder of Moonshine Meadery. So, the 4 sections to it, we have what makes us exciting, our journey that's been so far, vision for the future, and a little bit about us. So how many of us, just a show of hands, how many of us know what a mead is? MEAD. Yeah, that's the job I have. I've got to get everyone learning about meads. So mead is the oldest alcoholic beverage known to man. Like it predates agriculture, so it predates beers, it predates wines. And ironically, it's actually a part of our Vedas. There's actually a shloka that tells you how to make mead in Sanskrit. mead also finds mention in most of the ancient literatures you're going to find around: Celtic, Greek, Chinese. And the three types of meads. You have meads where you ferment honey with fruits. That's called a melomel. If you ferment honey with spices, it's called a metheglin. If you just don't do anything to it, just ferment the honey, it's a traditional mead. And there are tons of more versions, right? You've got grapes with honey becomes a piment, and I can go on. And this new alcoholic beverage is not a fad. It's actually been around for a long time. It disappeared because honey was difficult to find. But now it's coming back. In US alone, there were 60 meaderies in 2012, and today I know there are more than 600. Actually, that number should be updated. And why do we think meads will work in India? If you really see what we as Indians drink, right? Let's see, this one. So this little shaded portion, which I don't know if you guys can see it, is what we drink. We drink largely slightly sweeter and slightly higher ABV products. So if you look at your dark rums or old monks caramelized, red wine sell in India. You got a lot of strong beers. I mean, the regular beers don't sell as much. Those of you like to go to microbreweries, you'll actually realize that cider sell more than anything else. It actually beats the Belgian Wits or the Hefeweizens. Further, what did we do about that? So we, since there are no excise people here, we started as home brewers. It's illegal, so please don't do it. We started as home brewers and we started making meads. I was a consultant at McKinsey when I was doing this, and my partner for over 31 years was doing mergers and acquisitions and selling brass extrusion products in Jamnagar, a dry state. While we continued to constantly homebrew, what we realized was this product is moving. We tried getting a bunch of friends, they started asking us for more, we sold a bed in one of the rooms, and we continued making it at home before we realized that people can't be stupid enough to constantly come back and buy more. There has to be a way by which you can make this more commercial. And that was the seed that we started going down to excise on a daily basis, asking them for changes. Because mead as a category did not exist in India. After 16 months, it became a category. And with that, Moonshine Meadery as an idea was born. With that, in September, we became the first licensed meadery in the country. We were the first licensed meadery in Asia. 2 more meaderies have popped up in Singapore and 1 in Hong Kong, post us. We have 2 SKUs which are kept on the table. We have an apple cider mead, which is technically a cider. We call it a cider since a lot of us know what a cider is. And a coffee mead. Where do we see ourselves 5 years from now? We actually see ourselves becoming the first craft beverage in India. Bira is still a commercial beverage. The way we plan to take moonshine forward is actually have the SKUs constantly change a little bit. While you have your typical roti, kapda, makhan, that is these 2 SKUs, we'll keep coming up with, we'll try and do Zara for the beverage industry. Come up with a new product, disappear again. We want to create shortage and then constantly make bigger and bigger batches as we move forward. So what has been our journey so far? Like I said, we incorporated in 2016, we got our license in 2017, September, labels registered in December, and our first dispatch happened in February. So this is the product, guys. We have the apple cider mead and the coffee mead. Both are extremely handcrafted, not by design, but by choice. We take a long time to actually come up with it. There's a little bit of science to it, but there's also a lot of art that goes after it. We are all over Bombay. And this number is actually almost doubled. I just couldn't make changes constantly to the list. And in Pune, I think last time when we did the dry run, we were showing that we're going to get into Pune. This sir has actually doubled in the last 2 days. And we're going to be in over 40 retail stores all over Pune, and we're already clocking that on a daily basis. We won the best beer, though we're not a beer, at the largest tap festival. We also had the best innovative beer, though we don't make beers, at the tap festival. We've been on the media, I won't spend time on this, vision for the future. We've started with a 5,000 litre capacity plant largely because we wanted to run this as a pilot. And we thought we were going to kind of hit a production barrier 7 to 8 months later. But we hit our production barrier on the 2nd month. And now we're trying to add capacity as we speak. Our projections are we're trying to hit 2 crores this year, trying to move to 24 crores after this, and then we plan to go start hitting more geographies. Our idea is to first establish it in Maharashtra before we get out. About us, both of us have fairly not so fun backgrounds. So McKinsey, ISB, Abbott, Brass Extrusion, and a little bit of mergers and acquisitions. Thank you.
So mead is a different class of drink?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
It's an absolutely new category.
New category also.
It's absolutely.
One of the companies that I'm not sure whether is successful yet or not is Bira.
Okay.
How do you compare yourself to Bira? Because I actually saw their numbers recently and they were pretty disappointing after having been in the market for a number of years.
True.
Okay. In fact, their brand perception seems to be much higher than their actual revenue and profit.
Absolutely. So the difference between what Bira did was creating a brand and not a category that we are doing. And something that we realized very quickly is trying to grow a product-based business, you actually need to be like a Gujarati or a Marwadi, trying to get EBITDA positive as quickly as you can and trying to ensure that you're profitably last. So our product is actually priced at 220. We make a profit on every bottle that we sell even today. And the way we are trying to grow is not kind of explode into the market and then start fumbling for profitability to hit you. We know where we are bleeding and we know we can close that tap as soon as we hit that number. So we want to first consolidate Maharashtra, ensure we become reasonably big. We are okay with competition coming in because it's a new category. I'd rather have somebody else do the work for me. But
so what wrong with Bira? Why are their numbers?
Bira got funded. It's wrong for me to comment, but when they got the funding, they actually dropped the prices to become non-profitable. Now, the alcohol industry, people are not price sensitive; they're inflation sensitive. So if you want to actually set a price low, the distributor is not going to buy your product if you try and increase the price later. We don't do any kind of schemes. The only scheme that we have done is the customary launch scheme that most retailer associations ask for. But post that, we are on clear cut. Bira was doing 1+1 offers, and once they pulled back, they realized that they can't really, the distributor's support was waning. So something that we've been very cognizant of is there's a scheme that runs for 30 days after which we will not do a scheme. And what we are realizing is there is repeat buy even before that. So when we first entered the market, we didn't go to the retail association. We chose 10 shops and we just beat those shops to death with advertising. And it started to sell there. It was only when we knew there was repeat sales coming in, we went to the association just to scale for 30 days. And that's how this place literally exploded. And now we're going to go back to a regular pricing where you give an X% margin to the retailer, full stop. No schemes.
As you scale up, would supply of honey be a constraint?
So we've done the maths. Supply of honey won't be a constraint.
Are you also available on is it just a bottle beer or are you available on tap?
Yes, sir. It's a mead.
Mead. So is it available on tap as well?
We are doing it on tap, but that's largely through a contract manufacturing model. But that's not our bread and butter.
No, because the reason being, other beers like the microbreweries like Kemaya or Dulali have a lot of taps and they are profitable in those markets. Hugely profitable there.
They are. So I can actually comment on that, but I don't want to. It's not really the profitability for us. The scale that we're talking about is far exceeding. So right now I'm available at Lonavla, at Kolhapur, at Aurangabad, at Nasik, as well as in Bombay and Pune. That's the scale that you'll never see Bira or Dulali being able to do.
So I don't have a question, but just a tip. You could actually market yourself as Satya Nadella of...
Thank you.
Okay, big cheers.
Okay, with that we come to the end of all the presentations. I thank all of you for patiently listening and being attentive for all the presentations. I think you would have noticed the diversity of the various startups. I'll just make a quick summary. You saw marketplaces for farmers, traders, and for gigs. Then you saw B2C ideas for laundry, cooking, car washing,
auto servicing. And then there was B2B ideas where we went for automotive, education, even architecture. And then we had a unique idea about sustainability of conserving water. And then finally we had an idea of how to get drunk as well. Right? So great ideas, and I think this is the beauty of TiE Nurture, where diverse companies, and I think we draw our strength from the various charter members who volunteer as mentors with their own diverse experiences, and that's how we are able to make this program a success. So thank you very much, and now I invite Kiran to say a few words.
So, good evening. I know we are, I'm actually not exhausted, but I'm sure some of you are. So, I want to tell you a story here, and that's the reason I picked up this bottle. And by the way, great presentation. Ravi and I are great fans of red wine, and I guess we're going to change a few things here. My company, Mojo Networks, when we founded the company in 2003, we did not get any funding from India. So our co-founder, Praveen, and I got onto a plane to go to Silicon Valley, where entrepreneurs find funding. And so two things happened. When you start getting rejections, you get depressed from the investors. Investors were very curious to see two founders all the way from India looking for some large funding. So it was like a lagan, we were out there. We would do a presentation in the morning, and if there was a rejection, trust me, it will come by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We like your presentation, but we're going to pass the opportunity. And then Praveen and I, a friend of mine used to live in Mountain View, and he was in New York, so we took his house, and we found some wonderful red wine bottles there. So one evening we had red wine, and the next day another rejection came, and Praveen said, yeah, we can't enjoy these rejections. So we said, okay, let's have beer. Dukh mein beer piyenge. So a pattern evolved, and before I get to the presentation, when we would get a rejection, we would go buy beer and have beer. When the VC came back with a mixed message, it was a good presentation, but, and then there were a bunch of buts and all that, where will you find all that? So we would go and buy white wine for whatever reason. It's not that you would go have white wine. But if the feedback was pretty good, we liked your presentation, I want you to give me through 2-3 things, I envisage a all partners meeting and all that, we would go and buy a red wine. And so it used to be a beer day, white wine day, and a red wine day. To this date, if you get a major order, we cheer with a red wine. And reason for this is, I think I got an idea, if any of our nurture mentees get funded, it would be a mere day. And I don't know whether the reason I asked that question was, you do cheers to, traditional drink, the different class of drink. I don't know what we will say, but we will find something. So, cheers and wonderful. I don't have, too many slides. And the slide you will see, I was in a different mood, but I will try and do justice to the slide. All of us often reflect, are we taking the right decision? Are we walking away from comfort? Depending on the family you come back with, my wife has, I think, gone, I'll share a story with you. There is someone in family, pagal hai, dimag kharab hai. My mother-in-law, when I left TechM CEO job, and I was without a job, and she asked someone in the family, इतने अच्छे थे इनका दिमाग को क्या हो गया तनख्वाह नहीं है कुछ नहीं है so you get different so you yourself are trying to figure out is this the right decision. Coming to the company that we are trying to, or business we are trying to create, often enough it's a leap of faith. Will it work, will it not work? Somebody, he asked a question, how do you compare to beer? Now somebody with a little weak spine might say, oh shit, I'm going to get messed up, somebody's going to, will I survive or not, and what will happen? So founders are often lonely. You need a a good clarity on the business you're creating. You need a good clarity on the amount of money that you need. We are always optimistic about the business that will grow. Often enough, it does not take the same graph. And so there is a whole lot of leap of faith. Market, regulations, all kinds of factors work which are beyond the control of an entrepreneur. So you need some guidance, coaching, questioning, working with you to get a clarity on everything that you're trying to do. Also give you a boost or something like this on a day so that you feel good about it. That is what we as mentors have tried to do. Many founders are self-driven, we give them little help. There are founders who go through this, so we drive them hard on, ask questions, but it's all for their own good, for their own company. Sahil and they came back GigIndia. I remember the amount of questioning Ravi and I did, even on the nomenclature. Our idea was when they stand in front of a Sequoia or any other fund, they must look smart entrepreneurs with everything ready. So that's what we do, and that's the help we provide. Having said that, we are not in the front of the business. The founders, the entrepreneurs, they are the winners. They are the heroines and heroes. They are the ones who drive it. So mentors pretty much are invisible beyond the nurture. We stay in the background, but we keep helping. So that's what we do. And I just want to bring to all of you, those of you who are not from TiE here, this is all voluntary. And this is all to help the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And I'm very glad that this is our 6th edition completing. And I must thank all mentors who have been with us from Nurture 1.0 that we conceptualized in Ajay's office. It's a wonderful office. And from there onwards, also the Nurture former chair Ajay Bhagwat, current Nurture chair Ravi, and Rohit, and Pooja, an entire TiE staff that has worked tirelessly to bring this program where it is today. And you heard Nitin Rai saying that we are taking it global, and this was a conversation that happened at the TiE Global that happened in February in Mumbai. He said this is the best program we have, let's take it to all TiE chapters. So I'm very glad that Pune has contributed in this manner. More important, I truly believe, have seen some numbers, next 50 to 100 years, jobs will be created by small companies, new age companies. Large corporations will not be. And you will also find, that organized large business is not a long-time phenomenon. It's probably 300, at best 400 years. Before that, businesses were small, and I would not be surprised, I don't think I'll be around if the world gets to a point where there will be a large number of small businesses. And we, in our own way, would be contributing to the stability of the society by creating jobs. That's what we need all the time. So, Ravi, you and your team, everyone, thank you very much. Have a good evening.